Yeah, boy. Crack them if you got them. We are
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
An out-of-town BWB1 with a crack 'em if you got them.
Crack 'em if you got 'em.
And now we got BWB2 cracking them if you got them. And you got BWB1 over there busting out the hard bar this early into the show. Wow. Hey, that's not a sponsor, so you turn that label away. I like it. Smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Only sponsor we got on this show is that drip.
That drip. Hard seltzer.
Just making sure. Can you guys hear us out there in Radio Land?
Yeah, did I do everything right?
I'm gonna check right now.
If you can't hear us, let us know. I am Brett Packer guy said, wait, they let Ant handle chat? It's gonna get crazy, baby. We got sound?
Yeah, we got sound, baby. We're rocking.
We got sound. We got chat. Chat, what is up? How the hell do I get the names up? Let me just talk. You guys talk. Give me a sec here.
Well, Adam, where are you?
I am in Whistler right now.
Okay.
So Whistler, British Columbia. Just up here for the week for spring break. Fam's enjoying having time off, and I'm like that guy who has to like pedal on that electrical bike to feed the house electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So while everybody's enjoying their spring break, I'm sitting in an office looking outside at the wonderful world of Whistler, working.
Yeah.
Hey, good place to take a look at it. But hey, we got a super chat from Swag Official at the casino right now, boys. Red or black? If it hits, I'll donate again. Green, man. Just kidding. I do not mean that. If you guys had to pick red or black on roulette, what would you pick?
Black.
Red.
Well, the Swag Official 66.6 of us said black. You got to let it ride on black, brother.
Let's do it.
Adam, I'm just going to let you know right now, the chat ninja is not popping up on OBS, but we're just going to fly with it without it for right now.
Can we do some behind baseball for 1 second?
Yeah, 1 second we can do it. Yep.
Okay, so top right of your browser window on the top screen up there should be like a little green switch. And then I think there was another red switch there. Just make sure it's also green. Top right of the browser window.
Don't worry, audio listeners. I'm going to cut this out.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if you can't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely
it's
green.
Weird. If it's showing up in OBS, like you can see the guys popping up.
No, it's not. It's not showing in OBS. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyways, doesn't matter. This is I should have done this earlier when we were waiting. I was looking at the top screen prior, but now we got it. Yeah, baby. We did it, baby. That's how we do behind baseball. And now Ad was going to stress about it the whole show. So we're
No, I'm glad you did it, because otherwise we would have had Adam we'd be talking about something, and then he'd go, hey, Anth, could you just try this for me for a quick sec?
just behind baseball. We said no more behind baseball. We were moving past it.
I would have said to you, okay, Anth, so as the stream's happening, I need you to download AnyDesk and then let me remote in and let me take over the computer.
Yeah.
Definitely. Guys,
Hey.
Look at this. What do you think of this? What do you think of this hand holding? I got my speed
jealous.
glasses on tonight, baby, and we're going for it.
Yeah, that is some NWO Wolfpack shit right there, boy.
But realistically, guys, we're still in full draft mode. There's tons of shit going on. There's still free agents, but we're in between tiers right now, right? Like that initial wave of free agency where it's like we're checking our phones every 20 minutes to see what free agent the Cowboys didn't sign. That's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah, the first wave is done. A lot of the names on our list have been picked up by other teams. And so now it's for me, I'm not terribly excited about the rest of free agency. However, there are still some guys out there who could end up on the Cowboys and be difference makers. So that'll be interesting to see. And the Lord knows we need them, because we don't have a full roster yet. And I don't think we're going to draft 15 dudes. We might.
You need to trade back 4 times. You need to have that draft that the bandwagon boys had, where you guys drafted, I think, 42 players.
Yeah.
Man, I was never like, so when Alex and I were doing that and we're talking about, and it always rings true when Ant's getting mad when we're talking about trading back, because he's like, when you get that 12th pick, like you're getting a day one starter, and it's such a good thing to be in that 12. So whenever now I'm considering trading back, I'm always hearing Ant say that. But when you trade back and we get the amount of guys that we had potential to get with all those extra picks, like I'm a big fan that if someone's not there for us, let's trade them back, you know?
Hey, check this out, boys. Swag official, Black Hit Boys, LFG, which means let's fucking go crack them if you got them. Let's go.
What did I say?
You said red.
said red.
So
I said black.
Yeah, the Bessies, the real B-dubs, the Bessie boys.
Hey, what? It's like you got a what? Is it a 49.9% chance for both of them, and then
it's a little less.
Green ones in the middle, or something?
No, it's if you go red or black, you have like a 46%.
Right.
Because the green, and it depends if you're playing European roulette or if you're playing American, because there's more.
Hey, go off, casino king.
I've been thinking Can Fan Casino.
Yeah.
Which would be
Can
hilarious.
Fan Casino would be in the studio. We just move out the we'd add a few more chairs and throw Monopoly or something in the middle and be like, all right, who's up next?
And I will give Ant props. That's the first time ever, like, really enlarging a super chat. I thought I was into it.
You liked it? You see that? I was like, can I do this? I'm going on the fly.
That was good. That was good. It should take up half the screen.
Flying. I'm ahead of the Millennium Falcon. Right
Another fun thing, Adam, I don't know if you saw, but that was the #1. So I've made a goal for today's chat, and I don't know if you can see that anywhere easily, but I put in here, because I'm just testing things out, see the goal, Cowboys chat. So screenshot for WayJ if we get $5 or more super chats. We've got one now, because I added it after the first one, so technically it'd be 6. So if there's $5 or more super chats, then I do a screenshot. And I'm just testing it out. We'll see what happens.
Try to get a little bit of a buzz on on a Wednesday night. I don't hate it.
We're gonna try to juice you guys for just a little bit of that lunch money, but then also we're gonna reward you with some hot action. But the cool thing about that is there's other things that we can do in there. So sometimes during live streams when we say, oh, if this happens, we can actually implement it into our,
that's dope.
Chat. So
Bot G in the house, crack them if you got them, baby.
Sup, Bot G?
Guys, okay, so not much going on. We're gonna bring up an article here that this is the point. We were all waiting for this kind of family drama. That remember last season in the offseason, there was like I think CD's dad or fucking mom like
called someone out.
A bunch of shit going on. So this is our first family drama that we've had for the Cowboys this offseason. And do you want to break it down, AJ? Or
yeah, it's quite simple. We're all waiting for Micah Parsons to sign that contract, and you assume it's going to happen unless something so catastrophic ends up between the Cowboys and Micah's team that they're not able to sit back down at the table. But there was a lot of rumors this week, particularly from a tweet that was sent out, and I wonder if this article actually has that, or a group of tweets. Basically from Micah, was it Dak's brother or Micah's brother?
Terrence Parsons Jr.
Terrence Parsons Jr. Shit, it'd be a lot better if I had this fucking tweet up.
Shit.
There it is.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Well, this is Jane Slater kind of responding to the said tweet that we're trying to find. You think,
hang on,
these guys that write these articles, right? We need something to steal. You guys got oh, where? I think I just saw it.
Did you?
Down a bit.
It's supposed to be in here, but I think it's just I'm gonna.
So as AJ's finding that, like when we were going back and forth yesterday, it was pretty cryptic for us. Like when we looked at what they were talking about, I was like, "What the heck is going on? Is he saying that he's signing or what? Like what's it at?" And like it at least caused conversation between the three of us, which as much as you might be watching the show and thinking these are a bunch of idiots, we're pretty intuitive when it comes to these types of things.
Well, again, AJ made a pretty good point of it when we had initially said.
There we go. Sorry.
You got it up here. AJ was like, "Well, I don't know how much you can trust this, really." So here we go. Micah Parsons' brother on Micah contract situation. Terrence Parsons Jr. wrote on Twitter or X, the Cowboys moving real different. And he tagged Attack on Cowboys, which is he's a pretty big Cowboys content creator. You finna bust that nut, bro, because that dude had posted, I deep dove into this a little bit. Attack on Cowboys had posted I'll bust my nut if they sign Micah. And then this other dude responded, Trevor Cash responded.
How big is that nut?
How big's that nut? How big is the contract, man? If this is about I think it's about the GOAT, because we've been worried about when the deal was going to get done. And Terrence Parsons Jr. responded with, Micah was true to his words is all I'm going to say. So he's leading on to Cowboys fans that Micah's deal's about to get done, and he is going to sign for less, as reported earlier in the offseason when Micah said he didn't need to become the highest paid player.
Right.
That kind of gets us caught up. So I went to that Attack on Cowboys YouTube page, and he did a whole 8-minute video about it, being like, oh, I got the inside scoop. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, man, if this doesn't turn out good for you. What do you don't really have shit.
No, and that was my thing is, I listen to these guys because they're close, right? He's Micah Parsons' brother. It's like, okay. First of all, though, I think that's kind of breaching code if he's out here releasing cryptic tweets, getting insider information, then releasing cryptic tweets. If that was Micah or his team or the Cowboys, someone's gonna have a problem with that. So that's just like the first kind of red flag. But number two is, and also with Dak's brother too, or anyone connected to these players, because yeah, I'm sure it happens all over the NFL. What's their rate of accuracy, right? Like if this guy comes out and says this shit all the time and none of it's ever true, don't listen to him. Like he's obviously, it's what he's saying is not true. He's either really enjoying pulling the wool over people's eyes and like, you know, having fun trolling people, and that can be fun, and I wouldn't get mad at that. Or he just has got shit information. Maybe it was something he overheard in a conversation. I don't know. So I'm not saying that he's an all-out liar.
I am.
But yeah, if it's just completely, you know, it's a nothing burger, but then there is more to it. It turned out to be a nothing burger, I should say. But then there is more to it here. With Jane Slater saying, well, there is chatter on Twitter about Micah Parsons and a contract extension being finalized. I checked. Not only is it not done, but what would be characterized as meaningful talks haven't even began yet, per two sources informed.
Wait a sec, go up. Do you think she needed to put the I checked in there?
I checked.
Being finalized, I checked. It's like, well, we would hope so. You're a beat writer for the Cowboys.
Yeah, you're Jane Slater. Of course you check.
I hope you're not just Terrence Parsons Jr.ing us.
Yeah. Give us more cryptic messaging, Jane. This is way too straightforward.
And way too many, and there's too much structure. Like, you can't have any periods.
No
or
periods.
Commas.
Tag someone. But then Terrence Parsons shared Slater's repost with emojis saying, LOL, I told you I don't know shit.
Trolling?
Yeah,
I mean, he might have got excited too.
Seems like a weird thing to troll about.
Go ahead. Sorry, Ed.
The thing that bothers me the most about this is that like you're Micah Parsons' brother. So Alex also kind of mentioned like you're breaking code a little bit. And also if you're trying to like generate like views and people to kind of come towards you, just invest a little bit in your setup. Like he was doing it. Like if you look at the shot where he does his show, he's like in the bottom corner of a webcam in a bedroom. And it's like, dude, just put a little bit of effort into this because people would be all over you if your show had a little bit of production. But that's just
so are you saying he almost is like, oh, when one of us is
oh yeah. Like,
no, ad setup is 40 times better than he looks like he's just in a closet.
It's like this, and the camera's like this, and he's like this,
and it's pitch black.
Yeah, it's just I don't get it. Like you have your brother who's a professional athlete, and you're trying to do something in the space. Like just put a little bit more effort into it. I think stuff like this makes it even harder to trust sources. And again, I mean, I'm just speaking of, I've never met the guy. I mean,
I don't might be an awesome dude.
Yeah, he could be an awesome dude. And I should watch a bit more of his stuff, but like, that just always kind of confused me. It's like, oh, why wouldn't you just do a little bit more there? And then secondly, I'm having a hard time to know what to do with my hands. I'm so used to doing stuff while you guys are talking.
Butthole stuff.
Yeah, but now that I'm not having to control anything and I'm just sitting here listening to you guys talk, I'm just like, I feel like I need to be doing something, so I'm just gonna hold my hands like this.
Do it.
So I'm not.
You got it.
Sometimes I'll just grab my balls and stuff under camera. You can't really see, and that keeps me occupied.
Keeps you in check.
I think the biggest thing to take away from here is, first of all, we're all fucking gullible, and me included. So let's just admit it.
Well, we want to jump on. We always want to jump on it, right? You want to be like, oh my god, he's getting signed.
No,
I had very low expectations from it. Like just the Cowboys, the the Cowboys' track record with doing this and signing players isn't very good in the first place.
Yeah.
No.
And again, I don't know.
It's the most unneeded delay, though. Like there's no, like, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for that time in the offseason when the draft's done and you want to generate some more topics. Like, it would be the biggest news right now if you re-sign Micah Parsons, and it would probably be better going into the rest of free agency and draft.
So, and this would be my plan with Micah, because usually when you sign a guy and extend it, it's to free up cap space this season. And they probably have some sort of magical math where you could do the same thing, but free up cap for next season. We got whatever, $57 million in cap space. Maybe it's a little less after we've signed all those guys. Let's say $45 million. Still enough to go out there and sign a banger if we needed to. Like
Right.
the biggest free agent on the market. We could go do that with the $45 million. Might eat most of that up, but it could be done. I would personally much more rather if they do when they do the extension with Micah, pay him more this year and then free up more money in years 2 and 3.
Front end load it.
Yeah, because if you're not spending this much, if we're going to be sitting on 50 million or 40 million cap at the end of the season, just get rid of it now, and then it opens up that amount for us next season. When now, okay, that 20 million that might be free is now that's a big signing in free agency that could be made. We know the Cowboys don't like to make move. I don't like to fill holes in the free agency, but at some point you're going to have to do that.
Yeah, when you feel like you have a contender. The crazy thing for me is, again, I'm going to go back to the attack on Cowboys. He was talking and he was getting really excited. Oh, the Cowboys are finally going to sign him and then they're going to have all this money. But all I kept thinking about is all the top tier free agents are kind of gone.
I know.
Like, there's still some guys that you could get. I was kind of looking at positions that we've been drafting, like running back, cornerback, wide receiver. There's really nobody out there that I would like to spend a lot of money on. There was the guy like Travarius Ward at the start of free agency.
Yeah.
Sure, that would have been awesome to break the bank for that. But I don't think there's any of those guys out there that you really want to spend money on or too much money on anymore.
I think that like they try to be a bit cute and they want to say, hey, we paid nothing for this guy and he became like if Miles Sanders has a year and they only paid him $1 million, that's going to be the biggest upside for them, right? Like ever. If Kaleem,
Career Elam.
Career Elam, sorry. Haven't seen the season with him as a Cowboy yet, so I got to get used to the names. But if Elam shows up and he does what he's being brought into, then there's major upside. You don't have to always be cute. It's nice to go get that Dre Greenlaw. It's nice to go get that Travarius Ward. Obviously, paying a certain amount for key guys is a thing, but like we just spent all this money on Trevon Diggs and he's been sitting out and he's probably going to sit on another year. So I don't think the whole money thing should be much of a concern for the Cowboys because you do end up paying your players a lot of money. Who cares if they haven't been a drafted player, right? Like let's get out of this whole we draft and we build from the inside out. Like let's get the best players to make a game.
So I just got duped a little bit here.
Okay.
I thought Brent Packer guy was kind of giving me a compliment by saying ad censors what he puts up a lot more. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to definitely put this up. And then it starts off with, let's test it. Hi, my name's Anthony. I have a secret man crush on Jaden Daniels. He dunked on me.
Well, first of all, how did he know?
I just liked him before he got to the NFL.
How did he know that you like him?
Oh yeah. I thought you said, how does he know that Ant's the one who's putting stuff up? Well, he's sitting in the driver's spot. Everybody knows that whoever's over here regulates the chat.
Well, everyone also knows this. When you open a crack him, you got to say crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him.
Yeah. Well, look, we appreciate y'all coming here and knowing that Adam he does censor. Adam censors. Maybe it's to protect us, though.
I think it is.
Absolutely. Sometimes it absolutely is. Other times it's to gear up a bit more content from you guys, specifically if I know something's going to trigger Ant.
But just on that ad, I agree I think Elam's interesting, and he's a young dude who didn't really develop.
25, I think.
Yeah, 25, or he'll be 25 when the season starts.
Shit,
Whatever.
there's guys coming into the draft that are 25
Exactly.
years old.
Well, here's the thing. We're seeing that more, and this will be the last year of that because of the COVID, or maybe it's last year or second last year where we might see that because of that COVID year.
This will be because Kaiser's coming in at like 26. He was a COVID player.
Yeah, and then
Kaiser should already be on his second deal.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's guys on their second deals that are younger than Jack Kaiser's going to be, and that's my guy. I'm a Jack Kaiser guy.
But yeah, Elam could come in and be a guy who starts to play like how he was supposed to when he first got drafted into the NFL. A lot of that, again, for what I think is going to be the biggest difference maker is this coaching staff and what they can do with those guys. But if they went out there specifically to pick those players or to trade for them, at least there's a positive there that, okay, is this team, did they see something in this guy and they're like, look, we can get him for cheap. We can make him, rather than drafting a cornerback, say in rounds 3 or 5, we can make this guy into that type of product.
AJ, you pulled up the ESPN top 100 free agents list.
Yeah.
Can we get a PFF on Rasul Douglas? I just want to see what he looked like. He's the top. So they've now they had them before. I wish I would have known what he was on the original list before everybody else got signed.
There is the original here.
Oh, is there? So that might be fun to cross-reference with.
Oops. Fuck.
The other thing that AJ and I were looking at too, Anth, while AJ's bringing that up, is when we looked at what available cornerbacks were at the round that we gave up for an Elam, and we're like, there's probably like that's a huge upside pick regardless with that trade and missing out, because are you actually going to get a corner that has that veteran experience at that late of a round? No, you're not. So you make that trade, you give it up, and then you get a not a veteran in the NFL. I hate that if you've been in the NFL for like a year or two, you're called a veteran.
Right.
But you get a guy who has he has actual playing time. He knows what the NFL speed's supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely. Bot G with the super chat. Cowboys Can fan, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate that. Old Bootsy, we bought G boots on the ground. Eric, I'm not going to say the last name to dox him, but a fucking absolute beauty, and we should actually get boots on this Sunday.
I'll dox him. It's Big Cock.
Bot G Eric Big Cock.
Let's get Bot G Eric Big Cock on this Sunday.
Boots, if you're free Sunday, we want you on, baby. So Rasul Douglas, CB. Oh, and then we just got a back-to-back from Boots. Wade J, and also fuck D-Law.
Okay. Hey, I think we're all feeling that, and I'm mad at it.
Hey, fuck D-Law until he retires, and then we can say,
yeah, and then we can soft up on him a bit. Okay, yeah. So AJ's got Douglas's PFF up, and it's nothing great here. Let's say that. How often? I mean, he's coverage grade, which is the one we really want to look at. He was 127th out of 222 CBs, had 0 interceptions, 40 receptions allowed, which isn't terrible. Like, he was at the 25th percent or 75th percentile in that. Solo tackles, he gets up there and tackles, but I wonder why his coverage grade is just so awful.
And maybe it's just this year, but if you look, I mean, when AJ and I looked at Elam, oh yeah, okay, so what's that? Is that his season or what is?
So I'm just going through his grades, but yeah, like this is 2023. He had a much better season.
Wow, 2023 had a really good season.
You regressed.
2022 he had a good season.
Okay.
2021 didn't really play enough, it looks like.
That 2023 and 2022 and 2023 makes me almost just want to roll the dice a little bit on him.
Well, that's what that's the kind of hope with these types of guys is, hey, you had some good years. Yeah, his 2022, 2023, his 2021 wasn't terrible for his coverage, right? And even when I see guys in that around the 60 mark on the PFF scale for whatever the grade might be, if that's more of a secondary task, like, I don't know, rush defense or tackling even, that's fair. But I wouldn't want that to, like, his coverage being 51.6 in 2024, and it's the lowest score of all of his grades, that's concerning. But because he's had those 2023, 2022, 81.8 and 71.5, for me, I'd say, okay, let's do it, baby.
Yeah, no, it looks good. But we got another super chat, and we got a rule here. When a super chat goes through, we read it. Bandwagon Baba, thank you for your donation is what she read. So I don't know if that's what she actually typed or if that's just what happens when you make a donation.
She could be she could be calling it saying thank you for your donation to Alex, who keeps dropping off cans to her.
Oh, that could be it. And then, guys, this is a big deal. Sorry, Ed, I got to cut you off. Cayman K, I think, is our very first YouTube subscriber. So we got a subscription from Cayman K. Welcome to Day One supporter.
Whoa!
So that's our very first ever on our YouTube subscriptions. Cayman K, we appreciate the subscription.
Hey, Cayman K!
Whoa, these are all new.
Yeah, well, we have subs. So we haven't really talked about it. I'll talk about it right now. We have a YouTube subscription, and you get certain perks if you end up becoming a subscriber to the YouTube page. And that's our first one. So we
gotta
appreciate
look up what those perks are and deliver. That's all.
A member, right? You become a member for your YouTube channel. Is that what it is?
Yes,
must be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, that's a look. We're hitting a bunch of firsts. We're bunting, baby. We're bunting.
And Anth is also. It's funny when Ant's running the Millennium Falcon because it's easy for me to go into shutdown mode and not be involved in the conversation when I'm doing stuff behind the scenes. But when Ant shuts himself out of the conversation and he's working that joystick, I can definitely tell because I'm like, oh, he's experiencing what I usually do. It's easier for me not to be involved in the conversation, but when Ant's not talking, you definitely notice it.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What? I was looking at chat. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry. Okay, so back to this. Between the two guys, Rasul Douglas and Elam, because Elam was from the Bills, I definitely think the Cowboys grabbed the better cornerback.
Yeah, he's younger.
He's younger, but he was hydrated, green all across the board for PFF. So it's like we grabbed a more sure thing. I don't think the 1 year regression from Rasul Douglas should be, like Ann said, something that you can fully eliminate him from.
No.
But like when we looked at, so like, I mean, seems like a bit more of a surefire bet to grab versus someone like Rasul Douglas.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Anthony. He'll be 24 this season.
Yeah, gosh.
Going in. Yeah, and he's, had his best season in 20.
Hey, don't show those ones.
No, but that this is different. Getting better is good. Is good.
Yeah.
Aggression is worse. I'm not mad at the coverage grade with Elam, but yeah, out of these two guys, Elam or Rasul Douglas, Khair Elam and Rasul Douglas seem like I don't know, a tag team name or something like that, right? Like modern day wrestlers.
I like it. Question.
I do like the Elam pick better out of those two guys.
Question for you guys on the free agency. Now that it's kind of like the dust has settled and we didn't grab any big names, there wasn't a lot of like big hitters in free agency this year. So when you step back and you look at what the Cowboys did, they were very active in free agency. Maybe we didn't grab, those multiple $30 million players, but they were pretty active. Do you think that shows some sort of progress from the front office, or was it them just trying to save money on not re-signing certain players?
I don't think they had a choice with having the amount of free agents that the Cowboys had. You have no option. If you don't sign some of these guys, you won't have a team to field. So they had to get in. AJ, you brought this on yourself with bringing up the super chat thing. So Bot G with the shot, and then Swag Official with the I'm just here to do the last 5 of 5 donation. Don't mind me, winky face. So AJ, go grab your shot. Well, AJ's getting the shot. We'll get. Just grab one, AJ.
They're all done.
He's just got to find something. He's got to find something. So I'm going to hit chat up here. We got Kai says also just say Kai for my name like pie. So Kai said that. Brent Packer guy saying huzzah. Bot G, Cowboys moving different this offseason. And what did you find there? You found the last bit of Spitty Screech. Oh, let's get full screen for you. All right, guys, we appreciate all your super chats. AJ's going to hit a Screech shot.
Oh, no, he ate. Oh, no, he ate.
This is the last bit of Screech, I think, that there was.
No, there's two
So
other
if,
bottles
so
with
if it doesn't get full, are you gonna?
I have to, yeah.
Okay, how much is that? Okay, that's
gonna be fine.
oh yeah, that's gonna be fine. So that's
Oh, Ant, I saw one of your pubes in here.
yeah, I know that the grossest thing about these Screech bottles that are just sitting over there, they're in complete room temperature,
Yeah.
and it's like we were passing those around, slamming it. So that's like the spitty, disgusting bottom of the Screech bottle.
The things we do for you guys. But hey, thanks for joining us for some fun. Our first goal completed. I knew you'd do it, and completed it within half an hour.
All right, shoot him if you boot him. There, down the hatch. There it is. How's it going? Get it? Feeling good? Yes, baby. We're having ourselves a party. And Brent Packer guy, welcome to Day One supporter. We got another subscription. We are having a good old time. We appreciate you, chat. This is the whole reason we do this.
We're fapping and we're laughing.
We are, yep.
Guys, any interest on the next on... Oh, that's the old list here. Stefan Diggs is the next on the list here. Any interest in him? We'll go through, like, I don't know, the top 10, let's say, here,
Okay.
and just look at them and say if we have interest or not. If we got interest, we'll talk about him. If not, we move on.
Okay.
Diggs. Stefan.
It'd be very heavily dependent on cost. Like how his... Like, what? Give me a number that
No.
we would pay him.
I'm just gonna say no.
I would... a number... Fuck, what's he
1
gonna
year
get?
deal. 1 year deal. 12 mil.
Sure.
Is he completely healthy because he had an ACL injury?
He's as healthy as he is right now.
I think, fuck.
Nope, don't want him.
Okay.
I think I'd rather take Amari Cooper for cheaper.
And
Yeah.
so what was Cup's deal?
What do you mean?
What did he sign for?
Oh, I don't even know what Cup got. Do you remember off the top of your head?
I think he can make up to 45 million or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, like, as soon as we saw that we weren't getting Cup, I said, okay, we're not.
AJ's pulling it up right now. He went to Seattle.
I thought it was like 16 million a year, but I could be
16?
16, but I might be
I mean,
wrong.
that could, for a pretty solid tier 2 type or a WR2 on your team.
AJ
3 year, 45 million.
3 year, 45 mil. So you were close. 15 million a year. Very, very close.
I did say he signed a $45 million deal at first when I.
Oh, okay. So you got it bang on. And Bot says Bot G saying Stefan for 8 million. Like I would do that.
Yeah.
A 1 year deal.
Yeah.
A 1 year deal though.
Yeah, 1 year for 8 million. There's bring it in.
I think you're gonna find that Diggs is probably gonna get a $12.5 to $15 million a year deal though, whether it's 1 year or
Multi.
more. Yeah.
I mean, injury that ACL though at 31.
It is, but he's just got the name. He's got.
Yeah.
It's kind of like someone out there is going to want to spend will be willing to spend that money on him.
Diggs isn't on the Skittle board, but how much? What's his slot percentage? He's an outside receiver. He's more of an X receiver, so I don't think he would interfere with CD. But I'm not sure. I'm not hip to his game.
Yeah, it would all depend money wise. So Amari Cooper, would you fuck with Coop?
Yep.
I wouldn't mind it. I don't know. I think he left the Cowboys. A lot of the guys on the team still really liked him. So I would like to see Amari Cooper back personally. I wouldn't hate it. He had a bunch of good games with Dak Prescott. CeeDee Lamb played some of his best. Well, Amari Cooper was on the team. Has he lost a step? Maybe. He got traded to Buffalo. Didn't really work out. He was kind of like fourth fiddle in Buffalo. So he didn't have a great season. So you could probably get him for a pretty cheap deal, which I wouldn't hate.
The only thing that, and I wouldn't hate it either, you get them for cheap. Anyone is worth their while if you get them for cheaper than what you think that they would be getting. But with Cooper, I'm weary about thinking about what he was 4 years ago, and then thinking that that's what we would get now. And then I ask, like, is Cooper better than? And he probably is, but is it a better decision to bring Cooper on the team and have Tolbert and Turpin not get that opportunity? Pretty much their last opportunity in my mind this year. And not Turpin for the offense. He's obviously gonna be a special teams guy for us. But Tolbert, he needs to come out and he wants to compete. So I don't know. Is Cooper that much of an upgrade at this point? Maybe, but. I'm thinking about him 4 years ago when he was on the Cowboys.
Yeah, he's definitely not the same player.
I think yeah. If we look at Cooper, it'd be nice. I'd take him for a certain deal, but I mean, if the Cowboys haven't signed anybody in free agency over $6.25 million since 2015, I can't see them
8.5,
starting.
I
with, like,
thought.
Fowler Jr. though, they signed him.
Was
He up to
okay.
8 milli.
Okay,
So
great.
that
So he
did break.
broke it.
They did break that.
Okay, good.
They did break that curse or that stigma.
So Cooper, 2 year, up to $20 million.
Oof.
$8
No.
million.
I'm
No.
out.
Out. Okay.
I just Is it Dragon's Den or what?
Well,
Shark
yeah.
Pit? Shark
Either
Swim?
one.
I'm out.
Hey, Dragon's Den's the Canadian version.
Yeah, and then what's the other one? Shark
Tank.
Meat?
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank?
Shit Tank.
Shit Tank. I'm out.
I think that if they're not going to go with a wide receiver in free agency, we have to be targeting a wide receiver in the first round or two. Like, is that their strategy?
Could see it. You definitely. I mean, and that's maybe
That's how things are seeming to
shape up a little.
boil down to. Yeah.
Like they in the running back room, so they're possibly like, okay, we're not going to go for Genty, even if he's there. We're going to target a wide receiver round 1, and then we're going to look at round 2 and 3 for a running back, since we've already grabbed a couple of running backs for our room. Not saying our room's taken care of, but and I believe at the chat window that you brought up, he was saying Elijah Moore for free agency. Like, that's a wide receiver that I would consider targeting.
Well, because you're going to get a cheap deal.
Yeah, exactly. Sante Samuel Jr. I'd probably fuck with as well as a cornerback.
So there's some corners out.
Alone.
Yeah, there's some corners out there. So we got Asante Samuel. You got Mike Hilton out there.
Asante Samuel Jr. for sure. He had a shoulder injury that limited him to 4 games last season, but he has 6 interceptions and 26 pass breaks up in his 4 years. He's 25 years old, entering the 2025 season. I'm still looking for that youth for cornerbacks because, as you mentioned earlier, with Trevin Diggs, if he's out for this season, there's no point to really bring him back. And I, hate to say it because of the magical season that he had for the Cowboys. But again, that was 3 years ago now. I hate to say it, but the NFL is this "what have you done for me lately" type of league. We don't want to pay a guy for what he did 3 years ago.
Correct.
Well, he did get paid for that. So
he did get paid for it, and they have kind of an out clause. And it's the more I think about Trevon Diggs, the more I think the Cowboys have to take a cornerback in the draft or sign one of these guys that is going to be on their second contract. And it kind of makes me worried when I see a guy that has some injuries. I think shoulders maybe a little bit easier to battle back from than a knee and ACL. or multiple ACLs that Trevon Diggs has had. But it is nice to see that there's some of these CBs out there. And I do expect the Cowboys to go out and get a CB, but I bet you it's going to be a guy that's like a 1 year or a 2 year for like peanuts, right? Like 6 million or 7 million.
And you've seen in the draft, if you're not grabbing a cornerback in the top 3 rounds, it's very, very hard for the Cowboys to see any type of it's very hard for them to see any type of cornerback in the later rounds, since we don't have a 4th round pick. I actually don't even think there's any notable cornerbacks. I mean, obviously there's some guys that you could grab for certain attributes, like, we could grab somebody in the 5th round because their speed's unbelievable, but they're not going to be a day 1 starter. If we're looking for a day 1 starter or a solid depth piece, it has to be in those first 3 rounds for us.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's always those gems. You could pick someone with some athletic or top ability and build around that, or put them in a position where that's going to be unlocked.
Yeah, because it's going to be tough because in the first round you have Travis Hunter, who's predominantly going to play cornerback more than likely. Then you have Will Johnson and JD Barron. Those are kind of the top of the top. Like, you get one of those guys, you're more than likely plugging them in and playing. And then I'd say in the second round where the Cowboys are drafting, the only real guy that I think the Cowboys would maybe take at cornerback in the second is Trey Amos. And then out of those 4 guys, I don't know how likely it is to find a starter, like a guy that you'd be confident in starting day 1.
After those?
After those 4 guys.
Yeah, I think you're better at going on the free agency block and picking up a veteran just to help kind of maintain.
I'd rather go out, pay 1 year for Asante Samuel,
and have like kind of a bridge
and see what he does. Pay 1 year, whatever it might be, $8 million. I don't know. see what he does. If he's playing well in the first 4 to 6 weeks, then try to get a extension done during that time. But then you are looking at a play where it's like, yeah, if our plan is basically not going to be drafting a cornerback in the first round, probably second round is not a good area for that. And then after that, if it falls off a cliff, yeah, bringing this guy in and then looking forward to next season. There's always going to be new guys coming up out in free agency as well, right?
Yep. Yeah, there's always plug and plays. Devin Melton actually makes a good point. Revel out of ECU at 44 is an ideal pick. We did draft him in one of our drafts. We took Revel. I want to say it was the EJ Savage draft when we had him on. Because we said we were reveling in that pick.
Yeah, all right.
That's the only reason I remember that.
We do too many drafts to know which one where we picked.
So Revel is a guy that is good. I mean, so that's nice to know that there's a couple.
That's possibly the move is wide receiver round 1, cornerback round 2, halfback round 3.
Yeah.
Tevin Jenkins, switching combo to guard real quick here, guys. Tevin Jenkins is a Chicago Bears guard, 27 years old. Has played in only 38 of possible 68 games, drafted as a tackle. Jenkins has the tools to drive defenders off the ball in the run game, but he tends to be more segmented as a mover in pass protection. Now, the Bears went out and signed, I believe, 2 or 3 linemen. So Jenkins is pretty much on the cutting block there. Otherwise, he probably would have been a starter for the Bears. So he's definitely a tier 2 or tier 3 guys. But I don't think you can get enough linemen who are of that quality. Like, I think you could really, especially with the Cowboys, it'd be really nice to stack a few guys back there and then play the best 5 like Shoddy said that we were going to do.
Shoddy.
It's your birthday.
BPG, who the Packers play against the Bears quite a bit, twice a year, he was just saying that he's injury prone. Don't know too much about the guy, but again, BPG would have seen this guy twice a year since he's been in the league. But
That's fair.
It's a depth signing though, right? It's a depth signing to bring in to battle it out. I just don't know how much. I think guard is a better position that we have right now than depth wise than a lot. So if I was going to take
the right guard position is all that I'm thinking about.
Totally. But I think I'd rather take a guy that's a bit cheaper to battle it out. And then if I was going to spend money on someone, target one of these cornerbacks.
Yep.
Do you think Eberflus is out there like during like all the coaching meetings? He's out there having a smoke, and then the line coach comes in. He's like, hey, I'm DC, so I don't want to get in your grill, but Jenkins could be a good depth piece.
And then just backs out. Homer Simpson's into the hedge.
Goes into Eberflus is out.
Yeah, Eberflukes out.
I guess that's true. Maybe Eberflus is the guy who's saying no. We don't want this guy.
You don't take Tevin Jenkins.
Jenkins was a fucking schmo.
Dude didn't even smoke.
Eberflus, you're smoking a pen. It's not even a real cigarette.
Sorry, I quit.
Hey, look, it's that addiction. I gotta do something with my hands.
Just for shits and giggles, guys. Where the hell's Russell Wilson gonna end up?
Probably the Steelers.
You think he's going back?
I think I think if they're not going to make a move, they know at least Russ has had a year in there. I bet you he stays. I bet you they have him staying there, and they maybe draft one of those like Will Howard or Quinn Ewers if they can get him, or one of those other quarterbacks that we've been looking at in the later rounds. But I bet you Russ is going to be there for another year or so.
He kind of fell off with them at the end of the year, but again, you're going to be better in the system your second year, right?
Oh, yeah.
The more time you have in the system. And then it's funny, Aaron Rodgers is there, who they've also talked about going to the Steelers. J.K. Dobbins, what do you guys think about that? We've kind of talked about him before. We're not too keen on it, not too keen and Allen on it.
I do like J.K. Dobbins, but we've already signed 2 running backs that I think are in the same tier.
Yep,
so
definitely.
Getting another guy in there, that's too much because I want room. I don't mind having that competition, but I want room for a drafted RB to come in there and fight with battle those 2 guys. I also don't want to bring in another dude and then it's like, okay, we're not drafting a running back.
I know. Don't. I'm done with any type of running back in the free agency
Agreed.
market.
That's a good call.
Last one in our top 10 here is Keenan Allen. To me, interesting, man. I know he's 33, but he's never been a dude who I ever looked at it for his speed. It was just his ability to score touchdowns and
which he did.
yeah, and
7 touchdowns for Chicago.
yeah,
70 passes. And yeah, I mean, Eberflus brought him to Chicago last year. Maybe he's Vine. And again, we're in that second wave of free agents, and you're going to wait for one of these cornerbacks. I think all the agents are waiting for this first cornerback to make what he's going to make, or this wide receiver to make what he's going to make, so then they can counter with that.
right.
For
So
teams.
then the next wide receiver or cornerback or whatever position is going to kind of now set the tone for the second wave.
Totally. You'll see a run on whatever position gets paid first, whether it be wide receiver or cornerback or guard, but all these agents are waiting. Who's going to get that first? Because you don't want to be that guy that gets paid X amount and then like a Keenan Allen gets X amount. Well, now these guys that are better than him on the free agency list can now ask for more.
Right.
So it's a bar setter. They're waiting for someone to set that bar.
I got a question for y'all. Or add. Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, Eberflus is standing out there having another smoke, talking to Schottenheimer and being like, hey, this is your ship, but I'm just telling you, key's there, man. Still there.
Yeah. Eberflus, can you not smoke within 10 feet of the door, though?
No, it's a pen.
He's smoking in the bathroom.
Yeah. Position wise, not draft wise, but just for free agency, if you could have us get one more guy for the amount that you want, who would it be? Doesn't have to be anyone we spoke with on the list, but is there anyone who'd be like, yes, I would, for the money that I would pay for him, this is the one guy that I think would be.
Can you power scroll?
Yeah. Upwards or downwards?
Down. I just want to see some of these names that are still. Matthew Judon's still out there. That's interesting.
Jedrick Wills Jr., Deontay Johnson, Justin Simmons, Julian Blackman, Jameis Winston. That's my guy.
There he is.
Kaiser White. Tyler Lockett.
Which is
Actually,
interesting.
Lockett would probably be the wide receiver out of all of them. I would go for like a nice friendly 1-year deal.
He's a slot guy though. Like he's directly a slot guy, right? So I think a Keenan Allen, at least or an Amari Cooper, they're going to line up a little bit outside.
Tyron Smith. How about that?
I wouldn't mind Tyron Smith.
Bring him back.
I wouldn't mind Tyron Smith. To be honest, though, even if they brought Lockett in there, I still wouldn't be too upset. I just think you would still have to draft a wide receiver.
Right. I'm not, and this is like wide receiver 3, right? Like or that veteran presence on there to help round it out.
Well, who's your wide receiver 2 then? That's what I think.
We're drafting someone.
Okay,
because I'm still on the draft a wide receiver no matter what.
Where I think if you bring a cornerback in, you could get your cornerback 2 in free agency still.
Yeah.
Right? Where with the wide receiver, you might be getting your wide receiver 3. I think it would be one of these corners in the top 4 here, either Rasul Douglas or Asante Samuel. And for to answer AJ's question, I'll go with Samuel because I think you could get him the cheapest because he's coming off an injury.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. Ad?
Yeah. Asante Samuel Jr. It's that bloodline pick.
I also like who said the Stefan Diggs 3 years, 19 mil.
3 years, 19 mil.
I'd do that with Diggs.
Yeah, I mean that would be what's that a year? Just over 6.
Well, you still didn't answer. What does he play slot or what's Stefan Diggs lining up as?
I think he's I think does a lot of slot also.
Let's figure that out.
AJ's pulling it up. Well, AJ's pulling it up.
Well, it's just not super easy for these guys who are. He's 54% in his career.
Okay. So that's
not bad.
It's not terrible.
Not bad.
That to me, that means he can play pretty much anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
And it's not bad to have a dude who can step in there for slot and kick CD out once in a while.
Yeah, you got to get creative with your play calling.
I'm still not necessarily looking at him as being my forever wide receiver 2 either. Like if he could come in and he could pull draws away from CD and be that wide receiver 2 as your younger wide receiver kind of gets up to speed for NFL, then that's great for having somebody like Stefan Diggs. And if he doesn't have to have as much pressure as maybe he had coming from the Bills over to his next team, and you can kind of get him in there as another bloodline pick, then yeah, there's lots of upsides for him. He's just a little bit older, and he could be that problem person in the locker room.
Yeah, you seen
Yeah.
him marching around the Bills
Yeah.
wide receiver room and on the sidelines, freaking out. So I don't. It'd be interesting to see. I would have said last year I would have 100% been Stephon
Totally.
Diggs would have been my guy.
100%.
But there's a little bit more questions with the injury and whatnot. But guys, is it that time? Is it that time? Can fan?
Yeah, we can do it.
Why? What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, do we want to cover all the numbers that they like guys that declared new numbers? I didn't know if we wanted to talk a little bit about that. I know we were chatting around in the chat about it, but
Oh,
I
like
don't know how big of a like some of the guys declared certain numbers.
I think the biggest one is Javonte Williams got number 33, which is
Shit.
why can't I fucking think of his name?
Oh,
Dorsett. He has Dorsett's number, and I know Mike Tagg wasn't happy with it. He doesn't think any running back should be able to wear 33 in Dallas. Yeah, we could pull it up. AJ's pulling up the new numbers here. So the all the Cowboys.
Plus I'm going to top myself up.
Yeah, you top yourself up while AJ's pulling this up. So the Cowboys came out and showed everybody on the team that has a new number, including free agents and guys like Ryan Florida, who also has a new number. So we'll bring this up here. New number. Who's this? Cowboys reassigned 14 jerseys.
right.
Two newbies. Thomas. Crack him if you got him. Thomas takes Lawrence's number 90. Solomon. Dak Prescott. Timu Prescott with the number 90. Interesting.
Do they have the list, or is it just a fucking article of?
That is here we go. Okay, so the list. Here's a look at who will be donning new digits. You got Wanye Thomas took number 2, formerly worn by Jordan Lewis, Brett Mayer, and Greg
already
Zerling.
sleeping in his bed.
Yeah, he's already moved in.
Damn,
Dante Fowler took number 3.
That's gross.
Which is weird. I don't like that. I kind of liked he was like number 50 something when he was here with the Cowboys last time. Formerly worn by Brandon Cooks, Anthony Brown, Billy Cundiff, and Eddie Murray.
What number was Fowler last year, though?
I have no idea. He was like 6 or something.
Okay, if he was number 3 on the Commanders and he had such a good year, then
I don't think he was.
Okay.
Number 15, Will Greer, formerly worn by Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Fritsch. Number 20, Kerr Elam, formerly worn by Tony Pollard, Darren McFadden, Alan Ball, Ron Springs, and Mel Renfro. Buddy Johnson, nobody cares. Miles Sanders, 27. That's a weird number for running back. And
that's going to be a hard number to kind of look at as it goes.
Yeah, because it's been mostly for defensive players. Then again, Javonte Williams, number 33. I think this might be one of the kind of ones that people don't like because Tony Dorsett wore it, and people think that maybe it should be retired.
But Damone Clark wore that.
Yeah, but he changed pretty quick out of it, and that he wasn't even on the field much that year. And but he wasn't a running back either, so you don't really notice it the same way. And 33 as a linebacker, how gross is that? That is like the grossest number for a linebacker. 57, Jack Sanborn. 59, Kenneth Murray. 63, Dakota Shepley. 65, Robert Jones. 80, Paris Campbell. 90, Solomon Thomas. Fuck you, D-Law. And 98, Peyton Turner.
Yeah, the biggest irks for me are 3 to Dante Fowler and 33 to Javonte Williams. I don't mind 27 for a running back. Call me weird.
Can I ask you guys? So I just just quick ad, just real quick. I watched this YouTube YouTube clip yesterday, and it asked people to pick a random number between 1 and 100, completely random, and they go through a study that these two numbers are picked more than anything. So it's kind of they did the study is it actually random? So if you had to pick a number between 1 and 100, not a team number, not what you would want to be, just a random number, what would be the most random number?
55.
Okay.
Now I'm not saying what I would think. I'm saying what I think people would think, and I think I'll say 99, but I think it could also be 1.
So those were actually the ones nobody picked because they didn't think they thought it was too obvious. The most picked number, and they would go around and ask people. The 2 most picked numbers, 37 and 73.
Really?
Because people try to ads 55 is actually kind of I think that's probably pretty high on there. But yeah, I wanted to see if either of you guys picked 37 or 73.
So 99 and 1 were too obvious, eh?
Yeah, people wouldn't pick them. They said because they actually showed the bars, and 1 and 99 were the least picked.
Huh.
Also funny that neither of those numbers that you brought up were actually on this board here. Like it didn't trigger you to be like, oh, 37. Well, so let me tell you that.
But we were looking through. I watched it last night. It was the last thing I watched before I fell asleep on the couch.
So why did they say why?
yeah, they go into it because they're two opposite numbers, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then people like three, like if a 6 and an 8, like even numbers, you don't think of those numbers often. And the weirdest thing, 3s and 7s were then also picked. So like 77 was picked quite a bit, 33 was picked quite a bit, but numbers like 10, 20, 30, 40, those are never picked.
Yeah.
So like people just think 37 feels like a random number subconsciously. I have no idea. But it's picked, but it's picked quite often.
And it's good to know for whenever you get into a number off in a back alley with some
37.
Yep.
73. You get one chance to pick a number so I don't kill you. 37.
I will say this under 37. I was going to say, are they thinking of it from Kevin Smith from Clerks? 37?
Could be.
37 dicks.
I'm 37.
I'm 37 right now.
What
do you think about that?
Wanye Thomas be number 2.
Hate it.
Does that basically say, hey, we're not picking Genty?
I liked. Oh yeah, I wonder if Genty would try to get it from him. I kind of liked Wanye as 30. I thought 30 was a cool number.
I do not like the fact that Ye's going to number 2 because then every time we see it, I'm going to be thinking of J-Lu, and I just don't.
It's going to fuck you up.
It's going to screw me up.
I just don't. Just keep your number. You're on the team. Keep your number as 30.
That's what yeah.
Why you shouldn't get to change it?
Yeah, like Will Greer, 15. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, 15 seems very quarterback number anyway.
As Will Greer as it gets.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, boys. Now
only backup QB in the world.
Now we are through Cowboys news, and we are to the CanFan Cowboys mock draft version 6. Are we doing anything special?
Ooh, I'd like to start adding some steps, but we don't have to. We can just do a speed or.
Dare I say we bring up the shuffleboard or the wheel?
The wheel? Okay, what do you guys want to do?
Just throw a couple wheels in there. Make it wheelie fun. See what I did there? I don't know. I think we do one that's just like offense, defense, trade up, trade back.
And then each of us have to get the final say or something like that.
Yeah, and then just all our names. So AJ's putting this in. You should Drig that over there.
I will. I'm just going to.
Actually, you should do a chat one in there as well. Let chat decide.
So you got offense, defense.
I'll pop this here.
There you go. So that's going to be the board. How many ticks is that?
That's an ugly colored board,
that's
guys.
Terrible. Go to the color scheme at the top right there.
Are we the fucking Packers here?
Where do you see it?
I thought that was color scheme. But it's not. So let's get. I think we also put in wide receiver, running back.
Fucking gross colors.
What are the positions we thought? Wide receiver, running back, defensive tackle, cornerback. Put those 4 in.
Yeah.
And then that's how we'll roll.
What about a trade up, trade down?
We did that already.
Got it. Trade up, trade down.
Okay.
Read the board. Read the board, dummyo.
I can't see it with the puke color on there.
I know.
It translate.
It's disgusting, and I don't know why. Look,
AJ,
we're not like changing it now. And
it's like you're a fucking indie movie person. Like, what are you trying to do here? Like an indie movie? Like an indie road movie?
So when we're designing your room, these are the color palettes that we're thinking. Oh, so you want me to be puke? So it's puke. It's a puke related. Yeah. I'm sorry about that.
Is this telling us that our mock draft version 6 is going to be pukey?
And no offense, it is slightly Green Bay color, so maybe it's a shout out to our boy.
It's not. He wrote, as a Packers fan, even I think that's ugly. When was that designed? 1978. So
it's done on when the computer they just had green and black instead of white and black.
So then after one picks, you can get it off of there.
I'll delete it. Yeah.
Which I think you just hit the X on the side of it, which is sweet.
Yeah. Let me test. Boost.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Okay.
So it is kind of cool there.
Did that go back in there? Okay. Offense.
Back up.
Okay. So let's go back to the PFF board here. So we're not doing anything crazy as far as sliders. We're just going to keep it how it's going. But the stipulation is we have the Green Bay backer puke board.
So I need to roll that now.
Yeah, you got to do it now, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to roll now. I'm going to just enter the draft. All of our things are set. 7 rounds, turbo, 7-round Dallas Cowboys mock draft. Let's go. Get into the draft. And it's not going to start until we click that. And now I'm going to go back to this color wheel, and we're going to spin. Here we go.
And while it's spinning, Swag Official, I want to take back a Donald for the wheelie joke, but I can't, but it's draft time. Let's fucking go. Okay, what did it land on? Defense.
So we have to pick a defense.
So we have to pick a defensive player with the first overall pick that the Cowboys hold, which I don't really like.
I don't like
I
it
don't like
either.
it
It's
either.
not. But hey, this
Yeah.
is how the spinner-rooney spins, boys.
Question:
Yep.
If it said pick a defensive player, it didn't say that we can't necessarily trade back.
No, you can't.
So
We have trade back, trade up. So that isn't one of the
Hey.
selections. We have. It says
Fuck.
pick.
Hey,
It's
fuck you, man.
pick a defensive player.
That's okay. This is guys. We need to get these into us. Okay.
Okay,
We're
let's go,
training.
let's
We're
go.
training for the draft.
We're trading for the
You're
draft.
right.
Whoa,
You're right.
you
Okay.
had it. You had it on speed mode.
I know, but we didn't need to.
Oh, I like to see who's there so we could prep for it. We
Oh.
usually read off the top 10 guys.
Well, we can still read through.
That's true. It's not as
Uh,
exciting.
I know. I'm sorry. Titans took Abdul Carter, and this is what we're seeing. Browns took Travis Hunter. The Giants took Aston Genty, and he's just flying up the board now. He's a top 6 pick.
Can't
They're
wait
not-
for them to not give him a second contract.
Yeah. McMillan goes to the Pats. Tyler Warren goes to the Jags. Jade Barron goes to the Raiders. Will Campbell to the Jets. Armand Membu to the Panthers. Mason Graham to the Saints.
Fell.
Jihad Campbell to the Bears. And Donovan Izurawake, edge to San Fran. So we end up, and we have to pick defense, guys. We got Malachi Starks, James Pierce Jr., edge from Tennessee, Mike Green, edge from Marshall, Will Johnson, cornerback
Will
from
Johnson.
Michigan, and Luther Burden III, wide receiver from Missouri.
I think I know my pick, but I want to hear what you guys are thinking before we do this.
Well,
Cornerback's a position of need. I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan. I say go blue. Will Johnson. I think he's a day one starter. He adds that rounded up depth piece. I think he's going to be either replacing Trevon Diggs or Deron Bland as one of our main guys. I think Will Johnson's a very, very safe pick in round 1 for us. It's not only a safe pick, but I think it's a good pick.
yeah, the other guy I would throw at you is just Kenneth Grant. I know he's down there at 17, but I can't.
I don't hate Kenneth Grant either.
I can't get enough of those big DIs.
So is that who you want, AJ? Kenneth
Yep.
Grant? I got to side with here with Will Johnson just because the fact we said cornerback's a pretty big need right now. Defensive interior, I believe the Cowboys have done a little bit more in free agency to kind of secure that, to make it not as big of a need. Like, I think the Cowboys could go out there and play with who they have right now and still get by. I don't know if the Cowboys right now could go out and play defense without another starting cornerback. Do I take a corner at 12? Not necessarily. I don't know if I would. But we landed with we landed a defense. We had to pick a defensive player. My pick is Will Johnson also.
And you know what? I just want to say you've been boosted because I also wanted Will Johnson because of the last name.
Yeah, been boost.
But I'm trying to create a little controversy
And some
gentlemen.
talking points. So we bringing him on?
Yeah, like we're bringing on Will Johnson. Get that handhold in. Will Johnson, welcome to the team.
to the
Oh shoot, hang
team.
on, I gotta really set this up here.
Well, I don't know. I just think the first 12 are fun. I'm also good with speed doing.
Well, no,
you
gotta
gotta
because I gotta-
spin. Zigama B.
Okay, so this is I'm gonna pick him after just so I can get this quickness
Totally.
going. So we're gonna spin now for our round 2.
Again, this is whatever the whatever the wheel says, we have to do. Wide receiver. I don't hate it.
I don't
This
hate
is
it.
okay.
Either.
Okay, so that's coming up next, which means we're just speeding to.
Yeah, just speed it. Speed it to 44.
All right, Will Johnson, welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team, and let's see what happens. Speed drafting.
I slowed it down because
Just enough so that you can kind of feel. So, guys, wide receivers in the second round. Jaden Higgins, I believe, is that big dude in the second round who we're going to have to look at. We're just going to have to pull up wide receivers here and see what we like.
And just a quick thing, because we are looking at wide receivers. On this draft, Golden went 22 to Chargers. And Luther Burden went at 25
Wow.
to Texans.
Way down
what
there.
I said that I feel like Golden's going to be moving up those ranks.
He is. Crack me if you got
Got
him.
him.
No, the whole board's fucked if you haven't been on. Well, I shouldn't say fucked. I should say it's more appropriate, actually.
Yeah, no, it's nice that when you do the early mock drafts, everyone's falling a certain way, and then all of a sudden things get changed around, and you're like, this isn't a completely different draft, and I haven't changed anything from the board.
Well,
It is fun like that.
You know what's kind of weird, though, is sometimes it's not anything that happened. Like, sometimes it wasn't even the combine. The mood or the conversation about someone changed, and then suddenly they're up fucking 20 spot from where they used to from where they were.
Well, look at
So-
Shadur Sanders is a perfect example. He's
Yeah.
on the board right now still, and he was getting picked in a lot of the time. The first couple we did, he was a top 10 pick a lot of the time, which I still think Shadur is going to be a first round pick. But
Okay.
so we have to pick a wide receiver. Here's our
Za-
cats: Jaden
Za-
Higgins.
Xavier Restrepo. We've looked at Higgins and we've looked at Restrepo. I would like to hear your guys' positive and negatives on both of them.
Okay.
Well, it starts with size.
We can do that. Yeah. So this is Jaden Higgins, 6'4", 215.
Like it.
He's got smooth hips, quick chops and footwork, and he's a natural hands catcher. His cons: his top speed will be average. He pushes off a decent amount to create separation, but isn't called for it. So I guess he gets away with it. And he won't be a consistent yak producer.
That's crazy. Not a consistent yak producer when you're that size is kind of
6'4", 215.
is a little interesting to me. Like that's a big 6'4", 215. You're a big dude.
Yeah.
You should be having these little DBs and cornerbacks bouncing off you most of the time. So that's a little bit of an interesting one.
And he's an X dude.
Okay.
Restrepo, 5'10", 198, so completely different body type.
Stocky though.
Stocky. Oh yeah, nothing wrong about that. His 3 pros and 3 cons here, all around athlete. And we're doing 3 because you're not here, Ad.
Love it.
Fuck you, Whistler boy.
He's an all around athlete. Impactful first step, explosiveness, and he looks strong for his size.
Okay.
He looks it.
He looks it.
But he lacks.
Looks strong for his size, not is strong for
Yeah,
his
yeah.
size. That's what the plan-
He looks strong for his size.
But he lacks that different making top speed, so no different than Higgins. Limited yak ability, no different than Higgins, and smaller catch radius.
So
Little
interesting. So
dino
no yak.
The only
yeah.
reason I brought up him specifically is because Mike Tagg. Obviously, Mike Tagg is a big Miami fan. That's his college team. He was going on about how the Cowboys should draft him. I've seen a couple of other Cowboy content creators talking about Restrepo, and it's like, oh, he's one of the guys that, because of his size, and I know that we're going off of AJ's Skittle board, he was one of those guys that I was like, nah, not too interested in, but I'm easily swayed, especially if we have another person from the Cowboys content creation universe who's hard pressed on that guy. I still definitely think that we should consider it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, analytics will only take you so far. Sometimes you got to have the eye test.
That little butterfly feeling. So we
little-
got draft buzz up here.
So I was going to say, sorry, specifically if you have a Cowboys fan
Oh,
who
yeah.
watches them in college and they're like, this guy's solid, this guy's solid. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, go ahead, Ants.
No, I was just said we got draft buzz going here. Jaden Higgins pulled up. I think we just look at a quick measurables of him. Then we bounce over to Restrepo. I like it with Jaden Higgins here. You got a lot of green.
A lot of green.
His physical abilities and measurables are great. So that really jumps out at me a lot there.
Hard to pass, 4'7" at 6'4".
He looks like a good dude.
But let's look at Restrepo. Restrepo, I don't know. If I was going to watch a movie called Higgins or a movie called Restrepo, I'm watching Restrepo.
100%.
sure.
100%.
I also like Restrepo's look over Higgins.
I don't
think
even.
he has a
I
bit
can't
more of
even.
a vibe.
I can't even remember what Restrepo looks
You'll,
like.
you'll remember him once you see him.
Xavier Restrepo. I mean, Xavier Restrepo is a pretty badass name
Super
too.
badass.
Badass.
Uh-oh, what's going on here? Come
Draft
on,
Buzz
Draft
ain't
Buzz.
doing it for us. Oh, there he
Wait a
just
minute.
popped up last.
did he?
Oh, okay.
Blame it on my internet.
I seen him there. He's
Oh, this
looking.
guy.
He's looking like he looks like a guy that would be in a movie called Xavier
But-
Restrepo.
yeah.
100%. He does.
And then I just want to know the slot percentage too. Once we have that there, Wade.
Well,
What
Higgins.
if I can get it loaded here on this 5G?
Higgins, is not going to be much of a slot guy at 6'4" to 215, and that's why I really like him. But we'll see what Restrepo does.
I'm not hating on Higgins. I'm not hating on Higgins at all. I have no dog in this fight.
So we're just
Yeah, there's our guy.
Restrepo. You know how I sent you guys that Vice bare knuckle boxing? He looks
Yeah.
like he should have been in that
Totally.
I
that
don't know
Vice
what's going on.
documentary.
I can't get this Draft Buzz working.
Maybe just exit out of this browser and then try it on a different one. I don't know.
Are
Oh,
you
there we
using
go.
DuckDuckGo right now or what?
No, I'm using
He's using.
Hey, no, it's draft buzz because everything else is working. So something's going on with draft
Oh
buzz.
no, draft buzz! Please don't be down.
But anyways,
Yeah,
this is that's our photo for him. So you pick.
They did him dirty there.
Look, I'm not against Restrepo, but when Jaden Higgins is sitting there at 6'4", I just can't pass on a guy like that. I'm sorry, dude.
And just seeing his draft buzz, the measurables, all
Yeah.
greens.
Just go to AJ's Skittle board for 1 second and look at both of them on there. That's all I say.
We can check it out. That's what he did it for. AJ loves that you're calling out the Skittle board, by the way.
I know. Hey, I want us to have the Skittle board available on draft night, so that.
And this is the AJ draft Skittle board. He's bringing up wide receivers. Let's see where both these cats land right now.
Hang on.
When draft buzz is down, we go to the 21st best option. Just
Well, we
kidding.
don't-
I love the Skittle board.
No, this my hope for the Skittle board is in 10 years it's going to be so much more developed that we're actually going to be considered someone to come look at.
We won't even be looking at draft buzz.
Yeah,
We'll just be looking at the Skittle board.
What's Restrepo Xavier? Okay, so I can go all the way down here now to Xavier. I'm minimizing everyone else.
Couple Xaviers. Oh, so you're doing it so that you're just battling back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I like
Zaire, you can
these.
just hang in there for the fun. Okay. Skittle board, definitely, obviously, the...
Wait, you have the wrong Xavier up there.
oh, for fuck's sakes.
You have Xavier Henderson up there, my guy. I know. I was even said, I was like, oh, there's two Xaviers, but I didn't see that. You
Because it's on my screen. I'm looking at it. I have to go like this. I'm like, I don't think that's the right guy.
Well, the only reason I picked it up, I was like, PFF ranking 350. That's aggressive. So AJ's going to get it back.
There
He's
we go.
hiding. There we go. So they're again, they're pretty even here.
Pretty even, and the biggest thing that I look at for these guys is the arm length, because that's your catching radius.
That's it's a big difference.
Pretty big difference, almost a 4-inch difference.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Plus the height and the frame of the body.
Interesting
as well.
enough, they both have the same hand size.
I know. So Higgins got those tiny.
Higgins
little
running around with Bessie hands.
Bessie hands. Hey, we like that. Xavier actually only ran the 40 at his combine, I guess, or something earlier. I didn't see, or not the combine.
Pro
Pro
day.
day. I didn't get any of his other measurables, but we can go look at any other thing that you want to look at.
Well, let's
here.
just put this into perspective. Higgins is how much bigger than Restrepo, and Restrepo ran a 4.45 and Higgins ran a 4.47. I think that to
Yeah.
me right there is almost just enough. Granted, they're very even, but one guy's
There are-
6'4" with a fucking 33-inch arm length running around, right?
Guys, we can take Restrepo when we have Mike Tag on our show.
Yeah, we like it.
is, okay? Guess
We're
what?
going Higgins.
We're going Higgins,
Hig-
but I do like the deep dive into both these guys because these are 2 second-round picks
Wide receivers,
that are going to show up.
Yeah,
So,
it doesn't look like there's much else out there for wide receivers if we don't go wide receiver.
I can
Welcome
feel the
to
hands.
the team.
oh, shit. Gotta pause. Sorry.
Okay, so there we
Okay.
go.
Now, welcome to the team.
Did you take off wide receiver?
Yeah, it gets. I
You boosted it?
I boosted off.
Okay,
Here.
sweet.
Ready for a spin, Rooney?
Let's
Adam, what do
do
you
it.
think it's going to be?
It's going to be on me.
Oh, he called. I like it. Doubled down on on himself. It's a running back. I don't hate it.
Hey, and we know that if I was in football with the three of us, I'd be a running back. So technically, it was on me.
You called it.
No, you'd be fullback, Ad. You'd be classic.
on.
No, you'd be classic all-star.
I don't think he
fullback.
could put on
Or-
I don't think he could get to 270.
I'm a running. I have this frame of a running back.
Ad's
right
running
now.
back. I'm fullback. You're slot wide receiver.
Yeah,
That's how we're rolling. That's how we're rolling.
Can I just be special teams punt return?
Yeah, shit, yeah. Hell yeah, you can.
That's all. Hey, I only wanted to go in the NFL to be a special teams punt returner.
Which I'm okay with.
Really? You don't want to be anything else?
No, just special teams punt returner. Look at Turpin. It's worked out pretty nicely for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We get this song and dance going, gents. Alfred Collins goes to the Seahawks.
Good
and
pick for
Just
them.
waiting for big names. This is what I really wish that we could see the players still.
I know.
Oh
Who just went?
no! Judkins.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
We ain't getting
Juddy.
Judkins. We ain't getting Henderson. We might have to go with one of the bandwagon boys' favorites of late,
RJ Harvey.
RJ Harvey. We might not have a choice. Dylan Sampson off the board, who would have been a fun guy to take.
Samson's already off the board too.
Yeah, so we got to go running backs here.
Chris Paul. There.
Chris
he is.
Paul, linebacker.
Moving up, isn't he?
He was
Yeah.
there. He was there for you guys, or he was there for us
Yeah.
last on Sunday also. So, okay, here we go. I mean, it depends what your flavor of the day is because you could go DJ Giddens, which isn't that big of a reach. Let's get a little size on DJ Giddens. We've never taken him. 6'1", 212 pounds, so he's got some size.
Giddens brings good eyes, patience, and anticipation to a backfield, finding open space between the tackle. I'm just trying to do Adam's 5. 5. I can't do it as good as him. Finding open space between the tackles with good one-cut ability and long strides for long speed. He needs to play with more violence to gain yards after contact if he truly wants to make a name for himself in the running game. 6'1", 212. That's not bad.
No, that's
Dude,
it's pretty good.
look at his draft buzz. I just looked at his draft buzz. It's like almost a for sure pick if you were going off a draft buzz.
DJ Giddens, draft buzz, you like
yeah.
it? You're feeling it? I like the size of the dude. Honestly, don't hate it. So we got to go down a little bit to find him. He's not even on draft buzz. He's not even on the top 12. There he is. They have him quite low.
He's
compared to PFF.
Oh,
I like his style.
He's actually only 6 foot 212. That's okay. That actually boosts his body, his compact body weight.
It really does. 4.43.
Good 40, good broad, good vert.
So he's got some speed.
Don't really care about those arms. Actually, I want him to have little compact T-Rex
Yeah,
arms.
little T-Rex arms. I find it strange that his shuttle's quite low and his 10-yard and his 40 are good.
Yeah, well,
It's kind of weird.
He's a north to south
He
guy.
is. He's a straight line guy.
Okay, so then let's look at
Positive and negative.
okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I like
okay,
a
yeah.
Posey
Okay,
and a
so-
Nagy.
Oh, you
I'll
want to
give you
read
a
these?
I'll give you the positive. Shows exceptional lateral agility between tackles, creating angles and opportunities where none exist with sudden jump cuts that free second-level defenders in their tracks.
Okay, and
And then negative would be in pass protection. He has the willing but lacks proper hand placement and anchoring leverage against blitzers.
You can be taught that.
And
you
I
can
also
be taught that.
and also I don't want my number one running back. Like, sure, it's good to be able to block, but if that's a negative on him,
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
don't really care.
Tony Pollard came into the league being said he couldn't block. Look how good he was at blocking by the time.
yep.
Like, he was great at blocking. That was one of his knocks. Oh, TP20 can't block. And then by the time he left Dallas, he was great.
What's his yards after contact versus, let's say, an RJ Harvey?
So it's big. So you're thinking the big boy yards. So AJ's
you
got.
look at. Yeah, I mean, I think just yards after contact. I mean, not that I think it is a thing when you're looking at guys like Genty, how far ahead he separates himself from everybody else. As a running back, you look at certain guys who have decent yards after contact. It's not something I would put up there as my number one, but if he has it higher than RJ Harvey, then maybe we're DJ Giddens in this round. I don't know.
They're both very good, actually.
They're both very similar in their yards after contact. To answer your question, RJ Harvey 3.9, DJ Giddens 4.2. They're both above the average, so that's great. And they're really close to the average in missed tackles forced per attempt, so basically 0.3 for both of them. Breakaway yards rate, they're both above what it should be. That's of 15 yards or more. Just seeing if there's any big standouts here between the two.
Like if there's anything like an outlier that sticks out.
I guess the only big thing here that I would say is Harvey had more receptions per game, if that's going to be a difference maker for you. He can catch the ball a little bit. It doesn't mean that Giddens can't catch the ball. I do say this, though. Here's the difference maker. Giddens is 24. Or sorry, Harvey's 24. Giddens is 21.
Yeah, so you got a young chap coming in. I like his look, guys. I think this is a DJ Giddens pick here. Why the hell not? And because we're talking running backs, I got to take one of my guys for day 2 here. I got to take a running back for day 2. I'm going Travion Henderson for the Dallas Cowboys as one of my day 2 picks.
You dirty little bitch, you.
I'm going to double down on the Ohio State, and I'm doing Judkins.
You're doing Judkins?
To round out
AJ's last day 2 pick. So AJ, let's see your day 2 picks on your board after for our. Why can't I think of what it's called? What's
Rushmore?
Fucking Rushmore. I need it like.
Or we just call it My Guys.
Yeah, or the My Guys. The My Guy board.
It's the My Guys Rushmore board.
Yeah, My Guy Rushmore. Let's see, who are your 4 day 2s?
So my 4 day 2s now. rounded out, and I can't change until we fill them all out, and then we have one chance to make one change.
Okay, I like that.
So my day 2 guys are Higgins in the second round, wide receiver. Williams, that big Williams.
Yep.
Wide receiver, third. And then these guys I just have on day 2 is Knight Jr. linebacker and Judkins running back.
And then you only have Dart for your day 2 pick, and I only have
Henderson.
so far Travion Henderson. Okay, but we have both Ohio State running backs, which those guys are both going. Day
Adam
2.
needs to start making some picks because he has 3, and me and you each have 5.
I got one. My day 2 pick for the Cowboys, we haven't even drafted him yet, but I do feel that he's coming to the Dallas Cowboys. It's my day 2 pick, Jadon Blue.
Jadon Blue?
Jadon Blue.
I always think of him as Cordon Bleu, and that's delicious.
So you think he's
Is
gonna?
he a running back?
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah.
Jadon Blue. They have him ranked right now.
That's day 2, so it
That could be a third
second
round
or third.
Yeah, he's still there for third round.
Yeah, he's ranked 124.
Very fringe
fringe
third
But
round.
if
But there
there-
could be a running back, a run on running backs.
If a couple of those backs go and all these guys move up, then
Jadon Blue let's just look at him real quick.
yeah,
He had a very good 40. Jadon Blue had a very good 40.
6 foot, 200. Blue is one of the best athletes in 2024 running back class with top tier long speed and short area explosiveness. If he can add strength and improve his ball security, he has the potential to be a home run threat in a 2-back committee. I got to get a draft buzz on him, and then we will.
Yeah, I
this draft.
I like his speed. He actually ran. Holy.
Oh, he's a thick boy.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Nelly.
He does.
A little bit like Nelly.
Nellie's brother.
Yeah, he needs the Band-Aid.
Nellie's brother, who is just living off his brother's fame and like. Yeah.
They have him ranked as the 19th running back. Can you go to his measurables? Because he did run a very nice 40. 4.38.
4.38.
That's a burner.
That's pretty good. Again, the arms and the hands, they probably play an impact, but I'm not making a decision based off that.
Not for a running back.
He's got tiny fucking arms, 29 inches. And a good 10-yard split. So the Duke can move.
And we haven't drafted him. I like that. I like that.
Someone to look at.
Yeah, Ad's going a little rogue. I like it. All right, DJ Giddens.
Welcome to
the team.
Let me slow this down because we got to do a spin here.
Let's get it.
We're going to spin first and then grab them. So this is the next pick.
And a trade up would be nice right now. A trade up would be nice right now. Stay. No, what is?
It went to offense. Fuck.
Because that's going to take us to the 5th round now.
Yeah. Damn it.
That would have been the best time. That would have been the best time for a trade up.
Okay.
That's okay. We can. I know who we're gonna pick in the.
Okay, DJ Giddens, right?
Yeah, draft him. Man, welcome to the team. But man, a trade up would have been perfect.
Trade up would have been perfect. I'm gonna fast it, guys. Now.
Yeah, fast it up. Speed it up. Let's see the stars.
Oh, come on. They still haven't fixed.
Take us all the way to the damn 5th. I blame you, Jerry Jones, Jonathan Mingo, you sons of bitches. I just seen Jackson Dart go in the 4th.
Day 3. What does
day three's 4 to 7.
4 to 7. Okay.
And none of us.
Okay.
I have Jack Kaiser. Who's that? Owen Bond. I have Isaiah Bond and Jack Kaiser for my.
There's our guy right there, Dylan Gabriel, 129, quarterback.
Well, yeah, it's just offense, right? So
Yeah, it is just offense.
It's our guy right there.
Okay, so I actually did go and look at Dylan Gabriel. The problem with him is he's 6 foot, 200 pounds. Okay, but his consistency throughout his last 3 seasons has been pretty fucking solid. He's always had this like almost 4-to-1 ratio. Actually, this is a 4-to-1 ratio.
What touchdown
to interception, and he's so consistent. But he's not doing anything exceptional. His size is a problem. And you look at his games, and I looked, he had this terrible game against Ohio State here.
Which their whole team did.
But he was sacked 8 times.
Exactly. You can't do anything when your offensive line ain't doing shit for
But then you look back here, and they had a much better game. So this guy really is intriguing to me, much more than Ewers. If I was to look at a quarterback.
And think of it this way. As a Cowboy offense, we have the Ducks wide receiver coach. So there's already a little bit of cadence between your wide receiver coach and the quarterback that you're going to be drafting.
Well, he's going to be, let's all knock on wood. He's going to be on the bench for 2 years at least.
Yeah.
Maybe coming in a little bit and some, hopefully Cowboys get a couple of those 40-burger games. You can bring him in for a couple plays.
Wet his whistle.
But other than that, I'm not looking at anyone. We got a halfback. None of these guards are tight end. We really need to dive into tight ends, but it's a fucking.
I like it. I like the Gabriel pick.
Gabriel in round 5 at I think that's a great pickup.
Not to mention we still have 4 more 5th round picks.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a no-brainer if he's sitting here.
Especially at 149. So we're gonna take Gabriel. Let's get the spin on in case we get that.
We need to trade up here, guys.
Hey, you know what? Dylan Gabriel's my guy, day 3.
Okay. So defensive
the
tackle.
worst.
Defensive tackle.
Ugh.
You know we're getting a trade up next when we don't need it. So Ad's going Gabriel for day 3.
Okay. Yeah,
So
because
that's
we
your
hide choices after we get them.
So that's your 2 guys for today, Ad. You can't do any more.
yeah.
Crack me if you got
got 'em.
'em.
Otherwise, we'll just keep fucking.
So take Dylan Gabriel. Welcome to the team.
Hey, you can see. I have
just
two,
leaving
I have-
me hanging.
I have
Just
2
leaving me
quarterbacks.
hanging. Oh my goodness, leaving me hanging. I'm
Guys.
just chopped liver.
Guys, I have 2 quarterbacks on my guys list.
That's okay.
I know. But
Very bold, but
your
What can I
Jackson.
say? I'm a quarterback coach. I can't help it.
I know, and your Jackson Dart pick is becoming more and more.
Adam was high on Jackson Dart before the national media was. I will say that.
Here's a question:
Thank you.
Jackson Dart before Shedeur Sanders? What's the
Some
pick?
people are saying that.
I think there's a strong possibility it could happen.
A lot of people are saying it. A lot of people are mocking it too. Some people are mocking Jackson Dart sneaking into the first round.
Guys, this goes back to what I was saying to Alex, and maybe Anth, I don't know if you were on the show because sometimes you seem to not show up on the show anymore. But I was saying to Alex that the whole Shedeur Sanders, there definitely is a PR smear campaign. Like it happens. We're talking about millions and millions, if not billions of dollars.
What if he's just not that good?
I gotta look at politics. You got every fucking person trying to do something. If they can get him to drop down and change things up, specifically if you're a lower team, we're stupid to think if these things aren't in play here. So I think Shedeur Sanders will still go ahead of Jackson Dart, but Jackson Dart throwing at the combine helped his stock.
Has Colorado done their pro day?
No.
Okay,
No,
so that's when Shedeur Sanders does his pro day, that's when we're gonna have a more accurate read.
Okay,
definitely.
Sorry, not. I know we're side questing a little bit here.
That's okay.
Did you guys see what Jaden Milroe ran for his 40
No.
on his pro day?
How fast?
It was like 4. I think it was a 4.3.
Whoa!
No way.
Yeah, look, just quick. I think it was like a 4.39.
That's
Jaden,
fucking fast,
he
man.
fucking moved.
For a for a quarterback, that's pretty
Yeah.
quick, man.
4.37.
Holy shit,
okay.
dude. That's crazy. That moved him up spots.
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed that 4.37.
Because he's got an arm on him too.
4.37.
You
I
guys
wonder what
he,
did
he has an arm and he has athleticism.
what did Lamar Jackson run? What was Lamar Jackson's 40?
4.34, I think.
So AJ's pulling up 4.34.
4.34.
So essentially,
Guys, am I a quarterback coach? I am. What can I say?
Adsness knocking these stats out of the park here. Jeepers.
I just gotta look. What's his height and weight, Ad?
Yeah, do you know? Let's hear it.
No idea.
Oh, I can't tell. 1.88 meters, 102 kilos.
188
Exactly.
meters is 188 centimeters. Just divide that by 6 and then times by 4, and you get
Six. He's 6'2", 225.
Wow.
Look,
That, as a running
Guys,
back, you'd be like,
I'm
hey,
No,
That's
look,
crazy.
Look, I'm pretty sure if you look at Jaden Milroe, he threw like this 80-yard pass at the combine.
I did see that.
Absolutely disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting.
Can we see where he went here, just
Yeah.
in this mock, and then we'll get back on track? I just want to see. Oh, Danny Stutzman went.
Oh, I love Stutzy.
The Seahawks got him. Actually, that'd be a deadly pick. by the
round 3
Seahawks.
too.
Okay. So
Man, we
Jaden-
gotta call Bryson and ask him what he thinks about this. It's like, guys, the draft's not for another month. yeah, but it's a mock.
And just about this,
yeah, just about this. So Seahawks mock drafted him in the 3rd round.
he's like, I gotta go to bed, man. It's midnight. It's
I
midnight
got
here.
class tomorrow.
Okay,
You
who
idiot.
did we bring on? We brought on our guy. So we're here. We got to pick what do we have to pick here? What did we spin?
Defensive lineman.
Defensive
Defensive
interior.
tackle.
Or wait,
It was
DT.
defensive tackle.
DT. It was
Yeah.
a DT.
So
We got to do DI on
DI.
draft, or sorry. Oh, there's ads guy Tonka Hemingway.
He's the guy. There's no he's the guy.
And I want to have the Tatanka song for our sound effects.
So
Yep.
Tonka Hemingway, who was below him here? Because we've looked at Tonka, we've taken him a few times. Not the ideal size that Tonka's not the ideal size.
Now this is a name I can get around with. Tim Smith.
None of us. Yeah, let's see Tim Smith. He's not even a real dude. What's he ranked right now too on? And this is one Tim Smith, Alabama.
Okay.
I think we may have looked at him before. Also, 6'4", 302.
We probably looked at him. I don't believe we drafted him. He did play for Alabama though. That's high
team.
quality.
SEC. He had a lot of. He would have been playing against a lot of very good offensive linemen. Slow as molasses, but we're not expecting him to do much. They're saying his arm size is small, but I don't think
That's right in the fine zone.
Yeah, right in the middle. And then his weight's half decent. Let's get a positive and a negative here. Scouting report strengths. Stout run defender with good leverage and strength to hold his ground against double teams. That is a very nice strength.
Yep.
That would be his
Plug the middle.
That would be his edge over Tonka.
That's very nice. And then scouting report weakness, lacks elite athleticism and explosiveness for his position, which limits his upside as a pass rusher. Which you're plugging him in there on first down to stop the run. You're not putting them on 3rd and long to rush the passer.
No, we need a guy who. You think about who we have on the line already. We have a plethora, for at least Cowboys, of pass rushers. When you add in Sam Williams, Martian Nealon, I would even say the defensive interior we just signed, who's our boy.
Osa Odigizua.
Osa and Fowler Jr. both can pass, put pressure on the quarterback. So Tim Smith has a big body in the middle, 6'4", 314. Let's feed him some cheeseburgers.
Well, guys, the other thing with Tim Smith, and I know we only read one pro and con, but the biggest pro on Draft Buzz that I'm seeing from him right now is that he's battle tested against top competition, the SEC and college football playoffs, and he's appeared in all 51 games. So he has that durability. They talk about him being double teamed, and he can take it like a champ. I say, as much as I like to Tonka, get Tim Smith, the double team specialist, in there.
They're kind of the opposite Tonka Hemingway and Tim Smith, where Tonka's going to be that pass rushing guy by the looks of his measurables. But we've taken him before. I think this time
we already got those guys like that, right?
I think we brought
veterans on the team. What's his name? Timu Dak Prescott is
Solomon.
Solomon.
Yes, Solomon is that pass rusher guy. So I think Tim Smith is that guy to help clog that line.
All right, Tim Smith. I'm convinced. Welcome to the team.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I got to do the order here.
Yep. Boosh us up. It's funny. None of us have got our name, and we haven't had any trades. Trade up would be hilarious because...
Trade back!
No! What are we allowing? This is the worst one to get.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst. This is the absolute worst one.
Okay.
Trade back to what?
We got to trade back our 174.
Yeah.
Just back one.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is, our 174.
So we'll go to 179 here. We'll trade our 174.
Wow.
What 179. Slop-sided, and we'll take your 192. No, your 200, your 216.
Well, I guess there it is. Try 216. See if that gets a little nibble.
Oh, we got to trade back.
So dumb.
You wouldn't even... Oh, they would take that. Okay.
It would probably be something for the next year, like 2026. See if you can get something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
No. What if we give our 7th and then get the 192... 200th. No.
Oh, I like that. You didn't say that. I don't mind.
Nah, because they're they're worth so little. Like, we're better just to try this one. So we'll trade our 174th for the 179 and 216
to pick up a fucking comp pick in the sixth round.
Hey, we got to do it.
Let's try it. And they took it. All right.
I would too. Okay, get the fuck out of here.
The worst fucking trade.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay. Remember, so we picked.
We got to
go back to DTs.
Yeah, we got to get Tim Smith on the board here. welcome
Tim
to the
Smith,
team.
welcome to the team.
Okay, and
Which
let's
we coulda-
go.
Hey, we could have got you 3 rounds from now.
Yeah, we could have.
Probably, but look, now,
We can do
so we
whatever we
traded
want.
back. Oh yeah, now it's
We can
just
do whatever
we
we
want. That's the nice thing about the trade back.
So this is important because we got a guy at 190 ADP. This is a very big BPA guy right here. I don't mind double dipping at halfback. A guard would be nice. What do you guys think about tight end here?
Yeah, I don't mind tight end.
I'm going pure draft buzz photo to kind of get me interested, dip my toe in the water.
This guy's just garbage though by looking at his. Oh my god.
Look at that shag.
I don't like him.
This guy looks like he acted as a Neanderthal in like a documentary.
I will say though,
he looks like that fucking kid who spends too much time on one of the machines at the gym that you want to use. He's like, get the fuck off.
100%. Here's the thing.
Are you using that? Are you using that?
Speaking of gym, I'm working out hard as a rock. You know how it is, right, guys?
Yeah.
Getting yoked.
And some kid comes up and he's like, "Hey, are you done? Are you almost done on this?" And
Did he look like him?
Kinda. Actually, I'm not. That's what spawned me to it. He had the same time of fluff hair. He wasn't rude at all, whatever. And then I'm like, I'm just taking my break. I got one more rep left. You want to watch it? Go stand over there and
Want to oil me up?
oil me up. And then he just kind of like, he's like, okay. And then he just stood there and made me like anxiety. My anxiety
Like stood beside you.
Like, well, because there's a machine here, and he wants to use them both so he can do the
Oh, it was the
butterfly.
Okay. Yeah, I see. Cables. Crack him if you got
Crack
him.
him if you got him.
The
Anyway,
cables.
and I'm standing there and I'm like, I'm just waiting because I got to wait my minute 30. I got to get
Is
my.
that what you do?
I wait a minute 30 in between each one, and just otherwise I'm
You don't want to gas out.
I don't want to gas out. Then as I'm waiting and fucking swearing at this kid in my head to fucking go take a drink of water or something, like I told you 3 minutes, come back in 3 minutes.
Yeah, beat it, nerd.
This chick comes up and she's like, "Hey, are you using this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Well, talk to him because he's using it next." So now I'm mediating between them, and I'm like, "I didn't ask for this. I
didn't sign up for this.
Sorry. What machine are you on?
He's on the cables.
So there's two
chest cables.
but they're not the ones that are meant to be used together. They're just close
Oh.
enough that you can use them together,
weird.
and it's totally cool. But my money, like when I see a person working out, I just watch, like
and
a
just
creep.
wait. Yeah, just stay in the
I creep them
background.
out and I watch, and then once they're done, I come in before they can even wipe it down.
You don't ask how much time you have.
No.
Be a normal person and go find something else to do.
The best thing about any kid coming to ask to swap in, and like, because I used to go to the gym later in the night when
Yeah.
all the broccoli hair kids are going, and it's like you can't get anything done. When a kid asks to cycle through, like, "Hey, can I interchange with your reps?" And I was using the row, like the not the rower, but like I guess you could call it the rower. Kid asked to come in, and he like moves his stuff up, and then when he gets off, I crank it down to almost a full stack, and I start to do it.
Yeah.
And you can see the kid looking at you, and you're just like, "That's right, fucking kid. I don't usually go this heavy, but I want to show you."
Dad strength,
You don't
bitch.
You know what?
fucking, yeah, you don't fucking come in on me, you fucking shit.
You know what's so funny?
Dad strength, bitch.
I go around and do like I will look at dudes and be like, "Oh, impressive body." Then I'll go and try to look at what they're doing, and then I'll always be like, "I can do more than that, bitch."
You just know under your breath, you're walking by, you're like, pussy.
I had someone. I was doing the last thing.
Last gym story.
I was doing the pec flies one time, and I was warming up because my shoulders are so fucked that I was trying to get. And I saw this guy and his girlfriend walking by. This kid, they're walking by like this, and he looks down, and I was like on like 50 pounds, like nothing. And I could see him looking, and and then I saw him like whisper into his girlfriend. I'm like, he's just totally making fun of me.
You have to go up to them and be like, "I have sore
Guys,
shoulders."
It's my shoulder. It's my
What?
shoulder. It's my shoulder. My rotator cuff. Okay.
I noticed when you looked at my 50 pounds there, it's because I have sore shoulders.
He's like, I just asked if she wanted to get a protein shake after. Okay, we got NFL draft buzz up. We're looking at a guard. We got Cooper Beebe's brother, Tyler Cooper. Looks exactly like him to me. Hate what he did. He's slow as fuck.
Slow as fuck.
Granted, he still would outrun me, but
Yeah.
in his positional group, he is slow as fuck.
Let's just
Okay.
see. Cooper
He's big.
Cooper has the potential to be at least a backup for a team with an outside zone-based running game. His strength development will be crucial to any further success, considering his lack of length and average athleticism. So
wow, I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad for the guy now.
I think
PFF just did him dirty.
we got to find a guy who's got something fucking interesting in him. And we're in.
I didn't mind Fadone's Thomas Fadone II, Jim boy here that spawned our gym chat. I didn't mind his size, and I didn't mind his measurables. Like he's pretty athletic.
Yeah, let's get him.
You know, okay.
Young
whatever.
guy.
Bring him on.
He'll only be
Bring him
20.
on.
He'll be 23 by the time the season hits.
He's 6'5", 243, but he can fly.
Where was he born?
Or it doesn't show.
Nebraska's hometowns
Iowa.
in Iowa. Council Bluffs.
Council Bluffs,
Bring him
Iowa.
on. He looks like an Iowa boy
Yeah,
playing for Nebraska team. Bring him on. Fadone II.
I thought he looked like a guy from Hills Have Eyes, but we'll say Iowa also. Welcome to the team, Thomas Fadone.
Welcome to the team, and I do think that that's not bad because as much as I
It's gonna be trade.
don't love him, it's it looks like it's
All right,
chat choice,
Chat,
baby.
Chat, you get the next choice. Anyone that's still in here that didn't leave from the
Cares?
gym talk, let's hear. It's your pick, chat. We're gonna bring up the players. You tell us who you want. This is the board.
And this is it. Brady Cook is my is a great pick at this round. Do you think Brady Cook's going to drop this far?
Probably not.
I mean, he's.
But we did go get Dylan Gabriel. But chat, what do we do? Do we give a timer for chat? So we got Nate Dogg in the house. Hey yo, Nate Dizzle is in the chat.
Hey,
Nate Dogg, we need a chat person in chat to pick our next draft pick. So
AJ, put up your picks so that people could. Okay, you can see it right there.
These are right here. Yeah.
So Kai said we needed to pick the shortest player. So far we got to go with that. Kai just said the shortest player.
Fuck. Okay, let me quick.
Brother Adrian creeping in the shallows there, waiting for AJ to finish his set.
Oh, you're not bringing them up, so I can't see what
Well,
you're.
can't you just click their names, or what do you check?
I could click their names, but shortest player we got to go through a
you
lot.
just go first look. 6'2".
No, I was saying Anth was saying
next
chat
guy?
stuff, but he wasn't putting the chat up on the screen. So I
See,
was
then
like,
it's just
oh.
6'2", and it shows their heights. 6'4".
5'10", Taj Brooks,
Okay, so we got so far 5'10".
which I like.
Todd
Six-
Brooks is a good pick.
So we'll do 5 more, and then we'll pick. I think it's gonna be Taj Brooks.
Yep.
Taj Brooks, let's bring him on.
And I don't mind that.
I don't either. Double dipping at. Welcome to the team. This actually worked out pretty nicely.
Taj Brooks, welcome
Taj
to the
Brooks,
team.
welcome to the team.
Get that next spin in. Chat, you got to be quick on this. Oh.
And we're trading up.
Oh God.
Fuck me. This goddamn spin wheel.
Yeah, with the spin wheel did not do us nicely.
Okay, so Taj,
Taj
Brooks.
Brooks, welcome to the team.
The
And then I'm
spin wheel
pausing
did us-
right away.
The spin wheel did us dirty this round. I mean, this.
You could trade
this
up right
round.
now, Tech.
Oh, yeah, shoot. You're right. Okay, so now
We just got to try to go up to as high as we can.
let's go to Bills.
206. It's their last pick. They want to get a couple more. Give
Give
them.
them some. Give them
Oh,
some
they'll take
fucking-
fucking 7th. We'll take the 7th next year. They'll take the fucking 7th in 2017.
Yeah,
I mean,
do
they'll
do
take
it.
anything.
it.
Yeah, do it.
Let's get it.
Oh, we'll take their 7th.
Yeah, let's do that.
next
That's
year.
good. Little switch shitty swap. So we're trading with the Buffalo Bills. They have pick 206. We have to trade up as per the wheel of death. We are moving up from 211 to 206. They did not take it. So
Fuck.
We'll take that one.
we'll try this again. And the Buffalo Bills are playing a little naughty.
How about that one?
They don't like what we're doing. 2 attempts
Oh,
left,
shit.
and you have
Okay.
to
I have
make it
to.
work.
Okay,
We
so
thought-
we're just gonna go straight up.
We thought we were friendly.
We'll give them
because they
this
gave
one.
us-
We'll just give
we-
them it. They're gonna take it.
Yeah, just give it to them.
I thought after the Elam trade, we were fucking friendlies with them.
Oh no, that they ain't friendly.
All right, so we're back to the same thing now, but this time we get to select.
So we just took a tight end. Or no, sorry, we just took a halfback and a tight end. So Ollie Gordon, we ain't taking you. I mean, looking
hey.
at BPA, you got Achille Arnold and Jake Majors, really.
Jake Majors is not a bad pick as center.
But Achille Arnold, okay, what like is center?
Achille has had a bad season.
Oh yeah,
Remember this guy? He
yeah,
had a terrible season.
Okay, I don't like it. Get away from him. Get me off of that. Anyone you're picking here, I think you got to look at Jake Majors. What does he play snaps alignment here? So he's
Pure
strictly
center.
pure center. Is he going to take over for Cooper Beebe? No, he's not. I think Brock Hoffman would take over for Cooper Beebe before this guy does, but it's still not a bad thing to have. I just think if you're taking a guy that's just a center or on the offensive line at this deep, I'd like to see multiple spots on the offensive
well,
line.
let's look at Jackson Slater then as guard.
Just one,
214.
I totally agree, and we'll look at Slater. But one thing with Majors is, okay, if he comes in and he can be a for sure backup in center, you can then have the option of not having Hoffman to you're not having that competition. BB can stay in center, or he can compete with Hoffman if you're kicking BB out to the right. So it's not bad, but sorry, Ad, you want to look at Jackson Slater?
Well, I was just going to say it's such
Slater.
bullshit because I would have rather taken Ollie Gordon this pick and not fucking Taj Brooks the last pick.
Hey man, chat did what chat does.
Left guard is Jackson Slater's position.
We took Jake Majors last time. He's a hook'em guy. I say we do it again. Why the hell not?
I just want to look at Slater and Majors.
He looks okay.
Ooh.
He's got
Slater looks like he could fuck.
and he runs.
He runs.
He's a speed guy.
And what was his Majors? What's his first name?
Jake.
Not Jonathan, right?
No, not Jonathan. So we're gonna bring up Jake Majors here. Get a draft buzz. You guys took him. We've taken this guy. We said if he had a mustache, he's actually even faster than the last cat. I don't mind it.
I think we got him.
I think he's BPA over Slater.
Yep.
Jake Majors, welcome to the team.
Okay, we do our spin here.
Spinny
See
spin.
what's up.
It's funny, none of us have got. It's gonna be CB. Oh no, AJ.
Yeah, finally,
AJ.
has come back to New York City.
Did we put the perfect amount of selections that it's gonna be?
It is.
We did.
Possibly.
It is.
It's gonna be.
It's funny too because you add them in like certain as you're thinking about the grouping, so you don't like spread them out on the board the way it could possibly be. Like the three of us are all grouped together.
It's how the cookie crumbles. So actually, with us being grouped together, you think there'd be a better chance of one of us
I know.
getting picked?
No, the wheel comes back though.
Oh yeah, well, the wheels.
The wheel's fun, and the wheel. What we love the wheel for is it forces us to look at different guys.
Go outside of our comfort zone.
So this has been a fun draft. Okay, so now it's my choice, guys. I'm gonna bring up our picks, chat included. Let me know what you think Cowboys need here. I'm gonna roll through real quick.
Okay, well you're rolling through. I gotta take a leak.
Yeah, just the positions. Okay, so we've drafted a cornerback in round 1. In round 2, we drafted a wide receiver. In round 3, we drafted our halfback and DJ Giddens. No round 4 pick, which would have been perfect right there for our trade up. And instead, we got a trade up in like round 6, I think. Our 2 round 5 picks was quarterback and defensive interior.
Which I'll say both of those will probably be an A pick. Like when they grade us.
The quarterback, for sure. Tim Smith, because he was second, DI. We'll see.
I think it's going to be an A-.
And then 3 6th-round picks so far have been a tight end, halfback, center. So what are we missing, dude, for Cowboys needs?
Linebacker you could look at.
Okay, I like that.
You could look at another guard. Like a guard would probably be an all right
We're just like
thing to kind of focus on.
an O lineman who can play 2 positions.
Another wide receiver is not.
Another wide receiver.
Linebacker.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to look at linebackers, wide
Help.
receivers.
Yeah, Anth, said linebacker. That
Oh,
was the
did
first
you?
thing I
Yeah, he
said,
did.
okay?
Did you?
Yeah.
I just
Don't
could hear
come-
what you were saying when I sat
Don't
down.
come in here after you fucking just took a Whizzle ink and say that. You know?
I just peed all. Ad's not here. I'm gonna pee all over his floor.
Do it. Do it.
Okay, Jay Higgins, 6'2", 232.
We've never picked him.
Did I have him on my?
Get him up.
I actually don't mind him like that.
Yeah,
Just
he's right
that
there.
initial,
Where?
the initial colors that we saw there. I don't mind Jay Higgs.
Yeah, he did all right. He had some nice. PFF had him as having a couple good seasons.
Have 2 Higgins on the team.
Iowa State. What's his downside?
He's
here?
very good at coverage too. He plays 50-50 coverage.
And
box.
Sanborn and these other fuckers that we just picked up are not good in coverage. So this could be that cyclical linebacker that we want to bring in.
Bring him in on 3rd and long to play as your your nickel linebacker essentially.
He had 3 penalties, but that can be cured. We don't need more of those. Wasn't very good on his 40. Wasn't very good on his 10-yard.
4.82. What did we say
Combining
linebacker
sucked.
was? 4.6 is kind of the bread and butter.
Yeah,
Like up above 4.6 is kind of the bread and butter for
Oops, I'll tell
40
you.
time.
I'll tell you in a
Boys, What does Draft Buzz say? That's what I wanna
Yeah,
know.
we got to get a draft buzz here.
Yeah.
You have average is 405,
4.7.
4.7.
So he's a
okay.
little bit
not-
higher.
Not too bad. That red
It's
makes
fun-
it look like he
it's
fucking
funny that
crawled
we
it.
think of
Well, he was the
4.7
worst.
is. It's funny that we think of 4.7 slow.
No, it's average. It's
Yeah.
average as for a linebacker.
Yeah.
So let's get a look at this guy, Jay Higgins. Just for the fact of having a couple Higgins. Oh yeah, this
Ooh.
guy looks like he's gonna bring you some cred.
Ooh, la dee da da da. Ooh,
Only
Bring it.
six,
la dee da da
only
da.
6 foot 225 though, fellas.
I know
That's why he's getting
tiny.
coverage because he's kind of like a safety.
You're
A
kind
lot
of
of lot of reds and fucking yellows here.
Not great. Not great.
I need a positive on this guy.
Wage.
sideline to sideline motor. Put up gaudy tackle numbers. Routinely cleans up plays all over the field.
Don't hate it, man. Do not hate that.
But he does lack ideal bulk for an inside linebacker. We know that potentially struggling to stack and shed against NFL caliber road graders. Here's what I want to say. This guy's he's been 6 foot all his life. They say 6'2". He's
Draft budget, I think, updates the combine measurement though.
Yeah, exactly. And I can look that right here too, just to double check.
AJ's checking his height, and they
Yeah,
have
he
him
is
listed
6
at
foot.
6 foot.
224. So he's tiny,
I don't hate it though.
but we need it. And when
A
I'm
coverage linebacker.
yeah, the only one we're gonna look at is Ted Ye.
We know Ted Gay. We're taking him.
We picked Ted Ye before.
Have we picked Ted
Yeah,
Ye?
you'll remember
6'2",
once you
235.
look at him, once you draft buzz. Ted Ye's a guy's face that you don't forget. You'll remember
We
Ted
need-
Ye.
we need to
Oh
pick
shit!
We've either picked him or we've looked at him multiple times.
I'm leaning towards Ted Ye. Just
Better.
Hey, it's your pick.
And what size is he? I want real size though, not fucking PFF bullshit size.
6'2", 233.
Okay, I like that. AJ, if
Five
I had to console you on this pick, I would say at this part of the draft, you're going measurables in size.
Yeah, we're going Ted.
Yeah.
Ted
All right,
Ye.
Ted Ye, welcome to the team.
Woo!
He's been a guy that we've brought on a couple times. Hey, I'm doing it. Ted Ye is my guy. Ted Ye Buchanan.
fucking CV.
Hey,
We're doing a CV next. Okay, so where?
I just took my Ted Ye Buchanan as my day 3 pick.
That's your second of the day.
That's my second of the day,
Okay, Ted Ye, welcome to the team. And
Welcome
now
to the
we gotta
team.
draft a cornerback.
which I don't hate here.
No.
You dirty dog, Ant. Fucking Ted Ye.
You can tell I'm all linebackers and running backs.
I'm gonna say it's actually
Look at this linebacker. I
Yeah.
picked 3 linebackers, 2 running backs, and a wide receiver.
and Bond because of his speed.
Yeah, and I don't like that pick anymore, to be honest. That might be my one trade.
That's gonna be Ant's adjustment.
That's probably going to be my one trade out.
He's gonna put Cody Simon on there or something like that.
Hey, maybe.
I will say
Maybe.
for cornerbacks, it's almost easier to pick a cornerback now than it is
Early?
in the 5th.
Totally.
Hey,
Because-
you know what's great though, if we're looking at ourselves, if we were to take on a team and be like a coaching staff, we're all not the same type of position. We all favor different things, so that's great. We spread the team out, and we're able to have a solid positional coaching.
Very
staff.
intense conversations on what we think is more important
Yeah.
would happen. No, you need a
Yeah.
linebacker in the spot. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
This is the bad part, though, AJ. These guys, look where they're being taken, and their ADP, like they're in two PFF big board 270.
I know.
Their ADP's not terrible because Tommy Hill and Mac McWilliams, which love the name, are right around where we're picking. So that's not awful.
Yeah, and to be honest, the PFF board is so different from the Draft Buzz board that I care more about where people are drafting them
Definitely.
at this
Right.
point. Tommy Hill is the 6'205", not Tommy Hill figure.
And not the Tommy Hill gang.
I guess, are we going to base this mostly off of measurables?
Yeah, measurables and looks. Nebraska. So
Whoa.
he does not look like he'd be a cornerback.
6'213", Tommy Hill. Good arm, slow 40.
4.55 is not great
Okay, let's go look at
for
the
a
next dude.
cornerback.
Mac
Mac-
McWilliams doesn't even have a
Name alone, I'm liking.
name alone is good.
He's a senior. Let's see what we got, Mac McWilliams.
Chad, if you got any answers here for us, 5'10", 191, little tiny.
He's faster though.
He's faster.
I think you got to just go off of pure speed here.
I think so. We'll look at one more guy.
At this round, yeah, absolutely.
You just got to go.
That's kind of what we're talking about. You're looking at guys and you're picking them for that one thing, that one attribute that they're going to have.
What the fuck is this guy?
6'1", 212 Ken Miller. Definitely pumped my gas last weekend.
Bring on the YouTuber.
480.
No.
480 as a cornerback. He's getting moved to safety in the end. If he makes an NFL team, he's getting moved to safety.
I guess it's Mac McWilliams.
Mac
guys.
McWilliams, purely on. Welcome to
Speed.
the team.
Oh. And now it's between
Adam
and
AJ left me hanging again. Welcome to the team.
I like that it has one of us is not going to get.
Oh, no.
So it's Ant. So I get left out. I don't
Ad
get
gets
anything.
left out. That's what happens when you go out of studio.
Hey, I kind of like that, the fact that we went through all of them except for one.
Okay, how about this? On Sunday service,
Ad gets
you will get
a very favorable pick.
you get to choose the 3rd round pick.
Okay, that's pretty sweet.
Okay?
It's better than Way-J's and mine picks in the depths.
I know. Well, I couldn't give you the 1st round because it's too much, but
Yeah, thirds I think's good.
okay, and well,
Sunday service drafts are not even the main show drafts, so it's
Well, you get it Wednesday then.
All right.
I think we
Okay.
give it to him Wednesday.
I'll take Sunday service.
Or does he get? This is a choice. I'm gonna give Ad a choice here. Fuck with me here. Do you get the 3rd round pick in the Sundays or in the main event, or do you get 3 Adam spots on the wheel?
Three Adam spots on the wheel.
okay, that's better. That's actually way better.
I kind of wish I was last now,
Okay, and
cause I get to pick fucking Mr. Irrelevant.
well, close to it.
God damn it! Give me what do we got? Linebacker, halfbacks. give me the biggest. I want to see the biggest linebacker. Linebacker's pretty much BPA anyways. I'm a LB guy.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got for some size on Samuel Mondon Jr., who we've never taken. I think you already sold me on this first dude.
6'3", 235, 6'1", 218. I'm just doing the first 3, 6'3", 230.
Okay, I want to go between those two. Smale, is that a D&D character?
Smeagol?
Smale. I want to know Smale Mondon Jr. and then that other dude that was 6'3".
Yeah. And I have those guys
Okay,
both.
so they got them 6'2", so that's his actual height, and he's a lot smaller than what PFF had him. He's got some speed. Just give me a quick look at the other dude. Whoever's taller, I'm taking.
It was
this 3rd guy, Kane Mendrano. Great name.
Kane's had some. There we go.
And Kai was agreeing that you can't teach pure speed. You got to go with speed. Oh,
Whoa!
what is this, dude? Let's see.
Fucking. This
He's
guy,
6'3".
I guess this is it, eh?
What's his speed? Yeah, this is my guy. 4'4'6", 6'3". Just bring him on. Fuck him. We're at the point we're just tossing darts at the board anyways.
Yeah, Kane here. He was on a good team too.
UCLA, welcome to the team to round out this draft. Mock draft version 6. Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team.
This should be interesting.
This is going to be really interesting.
I'm saying we're getting a B-, fellas.
This was our most difficult draft to date.
Because you had to think.
Well, we're putting the wheel. When the wheel comes into play, it really swings things.
It does.
Okay, so Will Johnson, we got a B grade. Cornerback from Michigan. Jaden Higgins, wide receiver from Iowa State, A-.
I love that pick.
DJ Giddens, halfback from Kansas State, B. Those are our 3 picks in the first 3 rounds. Are you happy with that at the end of the at the end of the draft?
I like it. The only thing that I didn't like about this draft is not getting the trade up in the first 3 rounds
and getting
another
so
pick.
late.
So, or even a trade back or a trade up at like between at the 2nd or 3rd pick, and then a trade up, in the 2nd and 3rd, and a trade back in the 1st would be all right. So,
how about on the next wheel spin too? You can sacrifice your name for any other option.
and
that
you can
want to throw on there.
So
you can.
I like that.
You don't get a name, Adam. You can't because you get 3.
You could sacrifice your name as long for if your name gets picked, you could sacrifice it for something else that's on the wheel.
You have to do it before. Because it's got.
No, but I'm saying is whatever's remaining on the wheel, you could sacrifice it for something that's remaining on the wheel.
Your name needs to be. Yeah, sure.
I like that because then you could take a bullet for the team. I could right at the start. I could
Okay,
right at the start be like,
right.
I'm sacrificing mine for a trade up.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mind that.
When you get picked
No, I think like I could just
before we roll.
before we roll.
Yeah. I'm just saying
Hey.
it's not when you get it and then you have to do it
I'd have to do it before.
Okay,
Yes,
awesome.
if it lands on Ant, I have to go.
So I was very wrong on this. I said Dylan. I said those two picks were going to be A's. Dylan Gabriel was an A, but Tim Smith was a fucking D.
Well, because we reached a bit,
We did reach it.
just
He was-
according to their APD.
like I told you, he was the second one, so they're gonna give you a worse grade for that. Dylan Gabriel, quarterback, 5th round pick at 149 was an A-. Tim Smith, defensive interior from Alabama, was a D. Then in our 6th round picks, we got the tight end, Thomas Fedone, the second, B+ from Nebraska. And that was our trade up. That was our trade up.
Yep.
Or a trade back, sorry.
Correct.
Taj Brooks was our shortest player on the board, and he gave us an A-.
Well, I don't mind Taj Brooks.
No, he's good. Halfback out of Texas Tech. I like it. And we double dipped. I like that we double dipped at running back.
Yeah, I think, honestly, if you get this many picks, it makes a lot of sense, especially in that zone where the Cowboys have that fifth to 6th round pick.
This is where we crashed and burned a little bit.
Yeah, this is where things started to get a little shaky. We did have to trade up now, and so we had to give away a 7th round pick in 2027 to trade up.
Well, did you get Jake Majors?
This is the trade.
Oh,
for
that's
Jake.
yeah. Oh, okay.
So
I
we
see.
traded up to 206 to get Jake
I see.
Majors, the center from Texas, which was C+. Then we got Ted Buchanan from California, linebacker, C-. And the last 2 picks, 7th round picks, Mac McWilliams, cornerback from UCFC, and Kane Medrano, linebacker from UCLA, C+. Gives us a B grade, baby.
Not bad to have to be shakers and movers.
And
Well,
not being able to pick what we wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at this right here, you got Will Johnson's a starter, Jaden Higgins is a starter, and then DJ Giddens. I don't know if he would be necessarily our running back 1 in this scenario, but he definitely will be running back by committee. And then we got our quarterback of the future, Dylan Gabriel. So
yeah,
I think this is still a solid. Those top picks, I think that's a solid draft.
I mean, you can't be upset when you get Will Johnson in the first round. That's a
starter. Jaden Higgins, starter. You got 2 starters.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there,
DJ Giddens
exactly.
is gonna pull his weight. Alrighty, guys, that is it. That is it for CanFan Cowboys Mock Draft version 6 and this week's main event. Ad Best is over there in Whistler, BC, Canada.
Cleared half a bottle. Look at
Fucking
that.
pounding him. Adam is just gonna sit there and mock draft for the next 4 hours and eat. He's gonna have a bag of M&Ms and just gonna be mocking. That's what Ad's gonna be doing.
I love it. Don't fall asleep with M&Ms in your bed like I did and woke up and thought I shit myself. All right. Well, hey, Ad, you're in Whistler. Who's pissed you off?
Okay, if you know anybody out there that's looking at this whole Micah Parsons situation and think that we're going to trade Micah Parsons to any other team in the NFL, I want you to look them straight in the eyes and you tell them to go fuck themselves!
Suck it. Suck it. Suck it. Suck it.